Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Low Kick Online edition. I am one of your commentators, Zero, alongside Cold X. Welcome to the Killer Instinct Bracket. How you doing, Cold?
I'm doing good, Zero. It's good to be here with you. And again, I know it's been a while since we last talked. I think when we last spoke was like Combo Breaker 2018. So holy heck for that. But yeah, we got a good bracket tonight. I'm excited. I'm happy to talk KI again with all you guys. I see a lot of familiar names in the bracket. I'm really excited to see what happens tonight. And the last time I was here with you guys, I think it was week 14, we had a really, really good just tournament. Had a lot of upsets happen. We saw some amazing Shin Hisako play. And I'm still trying to wrap my head around that grand finals from last time. Like, that was amazing.
Yeah, no, we definitely have a lot of great brackets. And of course, KI is on another resurgence. We're seeing a lot of new and familiar faces, of course, picking up the game. And honestly, having these online tournaments like this is just a fantastic opportunity to continue to showcase the Killer Instinct scene. So definitely looking forward to it. So thank you, everyone that tuned in. And of course, we're about to get right underway. We do have a lobby set up, primed, and ready for our first match in this bracket going into it. Who do we got? It looks like Trevward versus a swarm of puppies. Puppy swarm.
Yeah. Now, both players, I mean, I know you mentioned Trevward, which he's been around the scene for a bit. He's not a player that I'm terribly familiar with.
Okay.
But, I mean, you certainly seemed excited about him. Puppy Swarm, on the other hand, I mean, not a name I recognize, not to say that they're bad or anything, just means that I believe they're a newer player, which, again, it's really exciting, especially to see these newer players come in, bring what their interpretation of the game is and see what they've discovered on their own power. So, and especially playing an old local friend of mine, one of my teammates on Black Ice, who's also getting into the game, like he's just playing a really basic Jago, but even he was coming up with solutions to like my own long time like season 1 tech and other traps for my Shago. But looks like we got a Rash versus Hisako match to start the night, which
Trevor has been playing a lot of Rash lately. Rash has a lot of solid answers for the matchups that because Trevor is normally known for playing Cinder. That's where he put his face on the map. For the KI scene, but of course, Rash has just been a dominant character as the time goes on. And of course, Hisako, definitely a character that's kind of been a go-to for some like newer players, just simply because like I want to say it's almost like the parry system, right? Where like you have an additional layer of defensive options that Hisako can bring. But of course, one of the slower characters as far as momentum, like getting her to move is going to be detrimental to a lot of her scenarios. Whereas Rash just zip all over the place. Here we go. Corner already set up. Nice. Respecting the parry options there. Yep.
Puppy Swarm trying to get in the air, getting anti-air for it with the boot. Nice juggle. No recap, but went for the standing reset with the throw. I like it. Low mix-up throw. Nice. And again with a throw. How many, my dude? Show some respect. And just like that, we got a perfect round. We're starting this night off right.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, it's so scary to be in the corner against Rash, right? I mean, even if you have Hisako, like we saw Trevor definitely respecting the options that Hisako has when it comes down to parry. But of course, with not just using throw in the corner repeatedly.
Get popped up by the Onryo. Okay, nice standing block. Nice break. Yep, that's not safe. That is definitely not safe.
Oh, I love the wicked tongue that kind of the anti-air thing.
Now, there we go. First parry of the night. All right. A lot of Unreal's on. All right. He's just gonna let him go, and you've got enough light where you don't have to take that break risk. You can just study what the opponent's doing. Ooh, the double tongue combo. I like it. And the cash out. All right. Ooh, just wake up parry.
Trevor being a little bit rude here. Nice. That's going to be immediate shadow counter here.
Yep, and that's going to be right into it. And okay, not quite swag, but we're getting there. Everybody's getting warmed up. We're all a little tired. It's the end of the week.
Now, how dare Trevor just bully Puppy Swarm in the corner? He's got a whole gaggle of puppies at his own home right now. How dare you? Like, what kind of monster does that?
Apparently, this kind of monster does this.
He's going to look his puppies in the eye right now. I'm sorry.
I mean, I'm a cat owner myself, but, same difference.
So this is a win for you, apparently.
Maybe. But don't get me wrong, I love puppies, too. Puppies are nice. All cute animals are nice, so.
Well,
I just love my cat because she's old and she's a sweetheart. But anyway.
We're going to let Puppy take a moment, recoup the losses there, what happened. So, I mean, honestly, in that situation where he threw the, I forget the name of it, but the shadow move at the end, could have instant canceled there. Which would have made the shadow counter kind of come out and would have whiffed, and then it would have been another punish opportunity for Puppy Swarm. That's something to keep in mind. That's just another layer of the mind games in KI, right? Like,
Yep.
There's so many options.
And a very common mistake that I think we saw in that match a bit is that it's kind of one of those things that you get into early as a KI player, and it's something that even at higher level players are, usually fairly guilty of, is that you always want to press buttons on your wake up. You always want to do something. And sometimes that's, in most cases in KI, that's one of the worst things you can do, because if your opponent's betting on that, then, well, you're getting popped wide open for that.
Right, exactly. There's way too many options to get blown up for, waking up, pressing buttons.
Nice. Ooh, had a good poke right at the round, but nothing to really convert off of.
Oh, yeah.
Nice break. Making use of the very difficult break with the delayed auto double for Hisako, one for combo traits.
Nice punish on the teleport here. We're going to try to carry over to the corner for Trevor. Nice.
Overheads. I like it. Breaks right away. No punish on the boot. Yep. Not a safe approach, just doing that right off the bat.
Yeah, exactly. If the opponent is ready, they can just jab, especially with Rash, for example. He's got Battle Maniacs mechanic going on, which is the light punches that we see there. It can also be done with light kick. It just goes right into a combo.
Okay, he's going to let him get away with the level 4 ender. Gets back to neutral.
It's interesting. Instead of going for hard knockdown, decided to go for the wall splat method.
Not sure if it's a decision I agree with him right now, especially when he's having to work to get in, and Trevor is showing that he knows the switching game very well.
Right, exactly.
Nice.
Ooh.
There we go. Good challenge. I like it.
Okay. Throw there. I wonder. Oh, go that off of it. That's unfortunate, though.
That could have been something big right there. Up and just a little bit of a toe tap just to seal out the round. It works. Ooh, it was dirty. I love it.
Yeah, you gotta look both ways before you cross the stage. Wow, locked out mediums. Let's see, cash out with the Ram's head here.
Goes for damage. All right, what's for breakfast? Throw. Another one? No, not quite. Not this time.
Just playing real safe. Nice. There's a throw. It's gonna be big damage.
Yep. One more setup. What's it gonna be? There we go. There's a punish.
At least we're gonna get this life bar here. We're gonna get this life bar here. Folks.
Yep, there we go. That's an improvement. It's an improvement. He's starting to get it.
Oh no!
Oh! You could just feel the nervousness. He didn't know what to do.
See, you gotta be careful with that. Like I was saying at the beginning of this, a lot of players, like newer players, introducing themselves to Hisako will use that as like a crutch for their moveset, right? Because it's so easy. Just like I stick this out here, I just have to guess high or low, and I get rewarded.
Yeah.
Gotta do it. It's almost like using a DP, like in principle. Like you put that out there, you're gonna get punished.
Yeah. Especially when that's a 50-50 guess, and while I suppose you could bet on 50-50 odds at that low of life and with the game being on the line, not odds I would personally bet on. So.
Exactly. All right, one more shot for the swarm of puppies. I can't believe Trevor's just Corella DeVilling these puppies.
Well, and who knows? Are we going to wind up with a fur coat, or are we actually going to see a comeback here? Who knows?
Exactly. I mean, we see the gears are returning here for Puppy Swarm, right? We see the pieces falling into place.
That confidence is starting to come out. He took a life bar that time, which is a big improvement over the last game. So, and that's usually like half the battle, like in KI. Like if you can get at least one of your opponent's life bars taken away, that's a huge like mental boost to you in that match.
And of course, I have to praise the light air-to-air flip out from Puppy Swarm there. While nothing was capitalized off of it, that is something there that's going to be usable in the future. So the idea, that's important. Keep going with it, Puppy Swarm. We got you.
Trevor staying right outside of Naginata range. He's playing it smart. Just staring and walking him down. There we go. Sweep. What's for breakfast? Throw. All right. Another one. Nope. Went for the sweep.
And that's a situation like I was talking about before the set, right? The movement of Hisako is really a detriment. Like if she's forced to dash, then, that's fair game for especially Rash. She can just run and go like, all right, cool. Low heavy kick.
Yep. All right. Knockback goes to the wall. All right. Command grab converts. No, just a little bit late. Missed the link. Just staring each other down, playing the neutral carefully. Boot. Flip out. Nice. Throw. What's for breakfast? Again. All right. What's for breakfast again? Can I have something else? Yep. We can have a sweep. I'm hungry. What else do we got? Got to have something else in the kitchen here.
I am hungry too. Honestly, I should have ate before I came here.
Dude, you should have just done what my fiance and I did. We went to DQ before this.
I just had a bowl of ramen, like instant ramen.
We were gonna do Raising Cane's because apparently I've never been there in my life, but we got there and it's like it was like the line for the drive-thru was wrapping like time and a half around the restaurant. It was insane.
Rightly so. Rightly so. All right, we're getting thrown into the corner here.
All right, sweet. What for breakfast again? All right, what do we got? All right, rising up.
See,
nice anti-airs.
And Puppy Sword, of course, trying to figure out how to close this gap here, right? Because it's so dangerous for Hassan. Jumping in clearly, gonna get anti-airs every time, right? So he's trying to use, like, he's already been told that, all right, I can't dash, can't jump.
Yep.
Okay, the teleport, all right, but you got away with it that time, so we're okay here. Let's keep going.
I feel like he's trying to bait out an opportunity that he can just wrath cancel and parry with, but Trevor's not taking it.
Yeah, exactly.
Anti-airs, the bounce, overheads. That's going to be it. Are we going to get stage ultra from this? We are. I'm man.
I was playing the other week. I was like, I totally forgot these are things.
Yep.
No,
they're things.
Every single one. Guys, this game is fantastic.
It is.
Devastated.
Shoutouts to Puppy Swarm. You did well for the first game. That was very impressive against a very difficult opponent. You're heading down to loser's bracket. Trevor, congrats on moving on to winner's side for round 2. Well, I'm sure we're going to see more of you later.
Oh, yeah. We're definitely going to see more. I mean, we have quite a stacked bracket. Just taking a nice, brief overview of this bracket here. We, of course, have Trevor out here. Apex, of course, Uyu's very own Apex. Is
the Prog Dad, of course.
Well. And, of course, Wheels.
The man, the myth, the legend. Yep.
Yes. So,
remember... Oh, I don't mean to cut you off here. I'll let you go.
No, you were fine. You were fine. I was just going to try to roll into something else because we got kicked out of this lobby. I'm like, what's happening?
Yeah. Oh, okay, got it. Yep, that's right. That's the thing we got to do. So
we don't want people just jumping into this lobby. But anyways, guys, while you're sitting here checking things out, don't forget there is a match arena for this bracket here, ladies and gentlemen. If you use the donation code LKO14KI, you get yourself a free donation. So get on it while we're getting this good. Right now, we're sitting at what? A whole $3?
Yeah, we can do better than that, guys.
Yeah,
drop that code. Click on the donate button. Drop that code in there. Leave a comment if you like. You can sign in, and then you can drop in a free 50 cents into the pot, which might not sound like a lot. That's like 90s kids soda money, but everybody pitches in. We're going to have an amazing pot tonight for our top 2.
Exactly. And tell you what, if you scroll a little bit lower down on that match arena there's a survey, right? It's a quick survey, and you put in another $1 into the pot. You potentially could put in $1.50 for free.
Yeah, that's 3 sodas in 1995, guys. That's not hard.
Yeah. So, 1995, 3 sodas? Man, why are we in 2020?
You know, I ask myself the same thing every day, and here I am at age 34 still playing video games. So, you tell me.
It's good. You know, it's good to play video games no matter what age you are, honestly. It's pretty solid.
Yep.
Man. So, yeah, looking at the... Oh, sorry. Looking at this bracket here, we still have some matches in the background going on. Looking at one of the matches that went off stream was Eric Hui versus Shin Pushin. Looks like Eric Hui came out on top 3-0 over Shin Pushin. So we're still kind of waiting it out here, checking it out to see how the rest of the bracket goes.
Other matches of note here: Inter versus Gunpa. Winner of that is going to be facing Wheels, and of course, Confusing Poke versus Trinity 5 will be facing off against Aphex in winners quarterfinals. So either of those winners are going to be dealing with very worthy opponents and very, very fun matches for us to watch, to say the least.
Right, exactly. And of course, we're not the only stream going on right now for Low Kick Esports. This week, we also have some Mortal Kombat 11, them's fighting hers, and go. Those Power Rangers battle for the grid. Happening at the right here in front of your faces at the streams below.
Feel free to check those out. Twitch.tv/Bryce Burr. And we got twitch.tv/BDE_FGC for Power Rangers. And we got twitch.tv/FreeHectic for Mortal Kombat 11. Whatever your flavor is tonight, we're glad that you're with us and we're glad that you're hanging out with us. Because this is what we do. This is what we love. And we love talking about what we love. So,
right. Absolutely. And of course, since it is, only 4 games, put up that multi-stream. Help out all 4 of the streams. They all get views. And you can hop into each chat and chat it up with each crowd. There's magic on the internet to be had.
Exactly.
Oh, man. So, this Killer Instinct Resurgence, let me tell you, it's on sale right now for $10 on Steam.
It was on sale a while ago for the Microsoft Store, which if you guys are looking to go in on Evo Online, which you absolutely should, that'll be the version we use. Or if you're on Xbox already, that'll be the version that works for that as well. But the Steam version's not bad at all. I personally have both versions because, obsessions. And I bring out, usually I find like when I would go to locals before the whole pandemic kicked in, like that would be the version I bring with me just because you can use PS4 controllers with Steam version. And in most cases it works just fine. There's those few weird oddball controllers that didn't work, but most controllers are going to work better with the Steam version, in my opinion, than it will the Microsoft Store version. So if you're looking to like, once we get, done with this pandemic and we're all meeting offline again, like that would be, I'd say, the version to bring to get people into things.
Yep. Course, like especially with net play being so difficult, we noticed that in this week's brackets, right? We're playing all games that have some substantially fantastic. What are all the praise words I could give for the net play of all 4 of those games? Superb, splendiferous, magical, wonderful. All those games that we're playing this week have fantastic online, and they're also the games that are going to be played at Evo as well. So.
Yep. So that said, devs, pay attention. We need it. We want it. We want rollback. Period. It is the way to go. So please, don't leave us in the dust anymore. We're tired of it.
Yeah. All right. So I know there are other things that are going on that we could definitely talk about while we're waiting for another match. Of course, there is another low kick esports event that's happening. If I remember correctly, it's not going to be next week, but the week after. We're going to have another online. I'm correct.
Yep.
See, look at that magic.
Yep.
Boom.
There we go.
Once again, Power Rangers Battle for the Grid, Killer Instinct, Mortal Kombat 11, and Street Fighter 5 Champion Edition will be happening. That's going to be July 10th right here on Low Kick Esports.
Yeah. No tournament next weekend, unfortunately. We've got our Independence Day to think about here in the United States. So, but, hopefully you guys will have a good weekend, spend some time with family, just do something to celebrate kickback a bit. I know it's hard right now with things being what they are, but, you still got to take some time for yourself. You got to go out and do something. Just take care of yourself. Like that's the big thing these days. I'd say it's just to do something something positive for yourself is what I'd say.
What's something positive you could do? Like while you're just lounging around, maybe you're sipping on a fine wine, or maybe you're a bourbon individual. There are some podcasts out there that you could probably download.
Oh yes,
just one in particular.
I wonder, is there anything that Low Kick does? I wonder. Like, can we talk about that?
I'm glad you asked, because I was trying to tee you up for this one, right? Because I want you to go check this one out.
Yeah.
So the EX, ready for this one?
I'm ready.
EX, prepare yourself. The EX Saturdays. That's right. EX Saturdays. It's a Low Kick podcast, 5 p.m. That's in Central Time Zone. Be sure to check them out. They're on the podcast services to pay attention to, listen to. They talk through some great topics. They're not all drama, just big chill FGC celebration. So definitely check them out. They're putting on some great content, especially in a time where we need more fighting game content, right? Because all that we have is weekly events like this, which are fantastic. But I want to hear about the community that I'm playing with. That's important too.
Absolutely. So tune in Saturdays, 5 p.m. Central, EX Saturdays here at Low Kick Esports. I'll be listening this tomorrow for sure. I was going to say, wait, Saturday. That's already tomorrow. What the heck am I talking about?
Right?
I'm losing track of time. Oh, we're not doing it tomorrow. Oh,
we should do it tomorrow. Well, we're gonna have to listen to rerun. Is what
yeah, we'll listen to a rerun. It's totally fine. It's totally fine. I'm just being a big dingus. That's all.
Yeah, there we go. And that's all the news that we have for you guys. Of course, we're still waiting on all those glorious Killer Instinct matches. You know how they go. First to threes. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. It can be dragged out. We've seen matches that literally go down to the wire. Like the one that forefront of my mind is Evolution 2015, Sleep versus My God.
I think that's on the forefront of literally everybody's mind when they think about Killer Instinct and comebacks. Of course, we have that one. Man, how could we forget Wheels' very own comeback at Combo Breaker? Holy moly, that was 2018 Combo Breaker, right?
Pretty sure it was. It was that or 2019, if my memory serves me correct, because that was 2019 was unfortunately a year that I couldn't attend because of cost, but I was there in spirit at least. So
I'm trying to remember, because I'm trying to remember the last Combo Breaker, like what happened there. Like anything in particular that sticks. You know what? I'm gonna go with 2018 Combo Breaker. I could be totally wrong. Someone will correct me out there. Someone will call me out. That's fine. But no, that was a great moment to be around. Of course, being able to commentate alongside Valorax was fun. So it's always a treat hanging out with that crew. So since that was 2017.
Yep.
Somebody has a better.
That's right. That was 2017. And of course, more importantly, Rick, the man, the myth, the legend, the head of Combo Breaker, and also fellow Minnesotan. So makes me happy to be able to say that.
So much appreciated for anybody that's running up brackets and tournaments, especially like Low Kick Esports. Guys, if you have Amazon Prime, I want to remind you, you also have Twitch Prime. So why not just bring that right here? Sub up to Low Kick Esports. It'll help them out. It'll help the stream out. It'll help the people that are working these tournaments and brackets to show them that you care, that this is important to you in a time that we don't have events like Combo Breaker to go to. Because this weekend, we'd be at CEO right now.
We would be.
We would be like across the street from Disney World. Excuse me. I'm in California now. I have to figure out which one I'm in. But yeah.
You know what? It's cool. My brother lives out in California. I haven't been out there yet. And it's like, he talks about some things and even I still get confused. So I think, oh, is he talking about Florida?
Is he talking about the land or the world?
Yeah. But real talk, though, I've been watching Jabali tweeting, showing my support for him, because I know Jabali, especially this weekend's hard for him. So
yeah,
shout outs to Jabali and the rest of the CEO crew. You guys are in our hearts. We're thinking about you. We definitely are looking forward to seeing CEO return this winter with any luck.
Yeah, hopefully it does. I will definitely be there. Hopefully, maybe. I say definitely, but then I also am like, I'm not sure. We'll see how Florida does after.
Yeah.
But it'll be something to look forward to. It's the light at the end of the tunnel.
I mean, hey, with any luck, if it is happening and everything calms down, maybe I might just pitch the idea to my fiance that's what we do for our honeymoon. So we'll see.
Oh, honeymoon? Oh, did you get married this year?
Not married yet. Correction.
Not married yet. Okay. All right.
But getting married, as I mentioned on last stream, with any luck on October 10th, 2020. Assuming things don't get screwed up any more than they are.
Congratulations, man. Nice.
Thank you. And I will say, trying to plan a wedding in the middle of a pandemic has proven to be a very interesting experience.
Oh, let me tell you. Because I was, and then this happened, full stop. Man, it's been a breeze. But yeah, no, that actually really sucks. You're in the middle of it. You were.
Well, I mean, to be fair, we
were. So.
Well, it's like I proposed last July, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And we locked in our venue right away in I think it was August or September of 2019. Everything goes along. We get through Christmas just fine. March rolls along. Oh boy, it's pandemic. And now it's like, well, are we even going to be able to have a reception at this point? So, it is what it is. We're trying to think about that, how to make this work, and worst case, we have a kind of a fail-safe plan in place in case we can't have the reception we want. We're comfortable just pushing it back and we'll just get married anyway on that day, just so we can have that awesome date for anniversaries and such. Because you can't argue with 10/10/2020.
Dang, I didn't even think about that.
Let me put this out there right now. I'm going to have no excuse if I ever forget my anniversary.
Yeah, that's impossible to forget.
I'm a dead man. I'm going to have absolutely no excuse.
That's brilliant, man. Wow. Way to slam dunk that. You're not going to forget.
Or I do, and then all of a sudden you guys hear, hey, Cole's in a body bag. He's dead.
That sucks.
He forgot his anniversary.
All right. So on that tangent, thank you guys for joining us along on the ride. We'll give you a little bit of an update on what's going on. So it looks like we were waiting for your next match, which is supposed to be Wheels and Intern. Of course, Wheels is off taking a nap like he usually does anyways.
Yeah, so unfortunate, but we're looking at a replacement match at this point. So we'll have more KI for you guys shortly. We appreciate your patience.
Yep. Next, we should be seeing a little bit of the Uyu from Apex up against Trinity 5. So, don't hang on to the edge of your seats. Strap in. We're going to see another Rash show up on the stream.
We got the Frog Dad himself be gracing the stream with any luck.
Better not say Frog around Apex. He'll get really upset about that. You might want to tone down the F word.
Ooh.
Supposed to call him a toad.
Okay, so Toad Dad, excuse
Toad
me.
Dad, yeah. It's dude, I feel you. Rash is green. Everyone sees it, right? Clearly,
Right.
Rash is a frog, but no, he's got warts like a toad.
Well, I mean, he's a battle toad. Let's be honest about this.
Exactly. He's a battle toad, but it's green. That's against science.
Yeah. And again, it's called cold as a big dingus. That's all there is to it.
But yeah, we'll be looking forward to another fantastic Rash whipping and zipping. We'll see a little bit of different play, I'm sure. Have you seen Final Trinity play before?
I want to say I saw him. Hold on, was he in last week's brackets? Because the name's ringing a bell. It just okay. Yeah, it sounds like he's been around for a bit here. So okay. Oh,
out from Chicago by the looks of it, right?
Okay. Chicago local. All right.
Look at these Chicago players. You can always count on them to be supporting KI. I mean, that's basically like their home turf.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat and Killer Instinct can be counted on in Chicago. That's for sure.
Yeah, well, I mean, you've got Iron Galaxy. One of their head studios is in Chicago. NetherRealm, of course, their headquarters has long been in Chicago. So, exactly. it's one of those things where it just clicks.
Yep, well, definitely makes sense. It's a big, windy city.
Windy City, home also to one of my favorite places in the world, which is Galloping Ghost Arcade. Shouts to you guys. Okay. I love going to Galloping Ghost, dude.
I was gonna say, it's crazy. I went there the one time I went there. It was a lot of fun.
Again, seeing like arcade machines that I haven't seen since I was a kid, and especially seeing locally what happened in Minnesota with our arcades and just seeing how they all more or less tanked. Yeah, like that place is a trip down memory lane like none other.
Absolutely. And of course, speaking of Chicago, how could we forget the Low Kick eSports crew?
The Low Kick eSports crew, indeed.
Good golly gosh.
But shout outs again to the Low Kick Sports crew for inviting us both here to do this. We love talking about our game, and we love talking about everything fighting games. Not just KI, but we love fighting games in general.
Absolutely. All right, we're still awaiting updates here, and oh my goodness. Apex is just... Guess what happened to Apex, right? Which odds are, I bet you. Hold on, let me look at something real quick. You know what? I'm gonna play some bets because Apex. We're gonna call this Apex Story Hour, right? Apex is the type of individual that will not let you leave when he's got you in a conversation. You're locked in. You're locked in.
Oh, so he knows the Minnesotan goodbye. Cool.
I kid you not. Yeah, the Midwest goodbye.
No. It's not the Midwest goodbye. It's the Minnesotan goodbye.
So like, you guys keep it. Okay.
Yeah, like, have you ever been to Minnesota? Real talk. Like, have you ever been to Minnesota?
No, I've been to Minnesota directly.
Okay, so those of you who've never been to Minnesota, you got to come here, first and foremost. There's a few little fineries I can teach about interacting with a Minnesotan, being a Minnesotan myself, of course. But here's the thing. When it comes to Minnesotans, we absolutely do not know how to end conversations. Period. We don't. We will keep, even as we're like trying to, it's that whole Minnesota nice thing. We try and talk. We're trying to bring the end of the conversation. We're talking about the weather. We're talking about the snow on the ground. We're talking about how much we hate that we have to walk through 5 feet of snow. We're hating the bitter cold, and yet we're waving nicely at each other. We're moving in opposite directions.
Right. Yeah.
But we're still waving at each other. We're still talking, even though the distance is slowly increasing. It's like watching two planets drift apart. And it's just the conversation don't stop. Like it never ever stops.
I want to break down a scene for you. Have you seen Jurassic Park, the original?
Of course I have.
Okay, I just got to make sure there are some people out there, Neanderthals, that have not seen a true work of art like Jurassic Park. Anyway.
All right.
Jurassic Park. So remember the scene where the Velociraptor learns how to open the door?
Oh yeah.
Imagine the Velociraptor is Apex, right?
Okay.
And you're trying to shut the door. Like, Apex, I gotta go to bed. Apex, I really gotta go to bed. And Apex is right there. Yeah, but one more thing. It keeps shoving the door, and you're literally right there trying to shut the door back. You can't reach the lock because you're trying to hold the door. That's Apex, man. Putting them out there. I put them on blast. That's it.
I'm going to declare now Apex is honorary Minnesotan. hands down. I'm going to be Minnesota because he probably has never even been to Minnesota, and he's already got the Minnesota goodbye on down pat. Okay,
it's crazy. This kid is insane. Nice guy though, super nice guy. All right, so since Aphex is probably still trying to say goodbye to whomever he's chatting it up with right now, we're gonna figure out this next match. Of course, Trev Word is out there going up against Rakesman. Is it Ray? Is it Ray X-Man or is it Rakesman? What do you think?
Let me see this in the bracket real quick. I think it's Ray X-Man. Looking at that,
it's Ray X-Man.
I mean, if you're going to use an X in your gaming tag like I am, usually there's a purpose. Like for me, it's pronounced Cold Cuts, but we'll see.
Right. Yeah, because I mean, Sony has declared that the X is actually Cross, so it could be Ray Crossman.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of options there, and of course, Eric Hui versus 420 Batman. How could I forget to shout out 420 Batman? Of course, Grand Rapids' very own Ogre 420 Batman out here back on Killer Instinct once again.
Michigan crew, of course, representing.
And Eric Hui is going toe-to-toe against him as well. Over on the loser side, man, Brock is killing it. Brock is freeing up that loser side. I don't know how are we going to stop this individual?
I don't know. We're going to have to see how he does against whoever wins between whoever faces Gunpaw, I guess, since we're still waiting in a match. And because he's got that free win with Aphex being DQ'd, so... And then, of course, Puppy Swarm versus Polish Pierogi. Hopefully, I'm hoping Puppy stays in with that, just from what we've seen in that first match, because he did extremely well against a very difficult opponent. Like I sense that he sticks with it, and he, learns a bit more about the matchup and how to use that Hisako. He's going to go far.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, absolutely. Like there were pieces there, right? Like I was talking about in that initial set, like. Man, he had the flip out, but he didn't do anything after the flip out. But like, once it gets there, right? Once you realize, like, oh well, I just reset my opponent. Here's another opportunity to get the mix. I tried there weren't a lot of command grabs going either. Like,
yeah, like there were times in that neutral where I felt like he could have used influence. I believe is the long range command grab she has.
Right.
I always forget. Yeah, like there were probably some times where he could have done just like a straight up neutral influence, and that would have just pulled him in right there, and that would have given him a knockdown, and then from there he can actually set up pressure.
Right, exactly. I think it's a lot of comfortability, like trying to figure out the mechanics of the game. But like, I've seen some people grow so fast. There's another Michigan guy, usually plays Tekken, picked up Killer Instinct, Black Havoc. Just picked up Killer Instinct, and I fought him like a month ago, and probably not a month ago. It was pretty quick. It feels like a month ago in this quarantine, though. But anyway,
I think we've all aged a few decades from this quarantine. Let's be real.
So, and just started out playing Jago, and I took him through every character I play, even some that I don't, and just kind of slowly watching him put the pieces together. I'm like, all right, this is how the neutral works. Of course, he's got some fundamental skills. Not his first fighting game. Has Tekken under his belt, so he knows a thing or two. And then the next month later, I try the same shenanigans. It's like, oh man, I have to actually pay attention to what I'm doing. Like, which is crazy because like all the tools are there for you to learn in Killer Instinct. So it's fantastic to see these new players and another wave of new players coming in. That new Killer Instinct era, I'm loving it.
And I'll say this much, at least for like, I forget. Who do you main again, Zero, before I forget?
With Shadow Jaga.
Oh, my brother. We're together in that one.
We made a terrible decision. We made the worst decision.
Oh, no, we made the best decision. Everybody just has to get on their level. That's the problem.
Is that it? Because I don't feel that way.
Well, let me put it this way. When I can get away with low, like, barely touching the ground fireball and then just cross up slide all the time, like people, especially like not to knock my local scene because they're all putting in a lot of work, but like I make so much mileage out of that mix up, it's not even funny.
Yeah, definitely people need to start learning. Just like how we're going to learn what Final Trinity has up their sleeve if they're actually going to be playing Shadow Jago against Trevor here. Now, a little bit of lore about Shadow Jago and Trevor. Did you watch that documentary?
I did, yes, of course I did.
Did you notice that little Shadow Jago mirror?
I did, yes. That was an amazing mirror. It's also one of the worst mirror matchups to play ever, just saying.
Let me tell you a thing or two about that mirror. That was me against Trevor.
Oh, no.
He could take his Shadow Jago against me Whether or
Oh,
not it's
no.
still true today is besides the point. But at Frosty's, it's forever solidified in the documentary. You tall.
Oh, here we go. There we go. Just YOLO slide. Gets right in. Broken on the heavy.
Ooh, yeah, gotta be careful with the third dive. It's super punishable. Into the wall you go.
All right.
Good respect here. Nice. Let's see how it gets out of this. Use the buttons. It's actually really important here.
All right. Backing away, I agree. Wanted to get back to that range 1.5 is what I'd say is comfortable for Shadow Jago. Oh, he went. Why would you go for a bluff? You haven't even had anything to break yet.
That's true. If anything, a reset into throw maybe.
Yeah, or just like, you know, do a crazy skate Nate and you just do a raw standing reset. Nice. That's going to be, okay, ops for damage. I'm not sure if I agree just because you've got the meter for surge, but you don't have a bar. Ooh, catching him with the boot. All right. What do we got? We're going to go, okay, he's going to cash out. All right. Nice. Oh, and he just catches him with the YOLO.
Yeah,
and just chipped him out. Nice.
I think he's going to do like another low punch. Light punch jump out there. Nice. Trip guard here.
Ooh. All right. Nice. All right. Playing the neutral.
Yeah, I really like the patience here. Nice low fire. Ooh.
I could see what that would have been a beautiful confirm if he got it.
Oh my goodness!
Nice. All right. We got a match.
Oh, what? He crossed him.
I love the... Oh, dude. Yes. All right. Recap. What's he doing? All right. Locks out. This is going to be bad. Another recap. Yep. And he's just going to... Okay. Yep. Shadow boot. Just closes it out.
Yeah, it was unfortunate there. He could have confirmed off the light punch after the dive kick, you know, dodging the corner situation there. Just, man, you had something there. You were there. You just couldn't close up the green health bar. That's unfortunate.
That said, though, that is legit tech for Shadow Jago, where you can use the medium version of Dark Catastrophe, or not Dark Catastrophe, Dark Demise, his dive kick, and then you can use that to bait out DPs or even like some other setups like that, just to get around it and get behind it. So it's perfectly legit. We're seeing what we know as Shadow Jago means to be legit tech. So
let's see here.
That said, it's just the first game. You know, you can brush off a little bit of toad sweat you got on you for that one.
Yep, it just seemed like a lack of confirming was like the big crux of the match, right? Where if Trinity could have confirmed a lot of those hits, there would have been a lot more damage on the board. We see no break attempt for Trinity either. Like,
so I was questioning that bluff attempt because at least for my thinking as a player, you don't ever go for a bluff unless you know someone's that tilted or you know exactly what they're going to try and break on. Like, you have to have at least I'd say you have to have minimum at least 2 or 3 breaks before you can even try a bluff.
And even still, like, you think about the amount of damage that Shadow Jago even does. Like,
yeah, but that's just the struggle of the character. He's a low damage character. Oh, caught the slide. All right, to the wall.
Letting somebody break is like not that big a deal, right? So what at most you're losing maybe 5-10% damage.
Yeah, like the most painful thing about a break is the fact that you're giving your opponent instant fever. I'd say that's the worst part.
The worst, yeah. Nice, into the corner you go. No, had to block it.
Oh, tick throws. All right. What's for breakfast? DPs. Converts.
Okay, goes for the tether here. Oh boy, you got that.
Ooh, overheads. All right. All right. And just like that, quickly taking away the green bar. All right. Instinct gone. Use his meter for surge. He's going to get a... Ooh, what? There we go.
See, I always question why people break that situation when there's no meter on deck. Right? Like, what is Shadow Jago going to happen?
But that said, Trevor did show that he was willing to break it in that first game, so that was a smart break. Nice. Goes. What's for breakfast? Oh, just out of range.
Yeah, just barely. That's super unfortunate here for Trevor.
Yep. And just like that, we're just about tied up. Nice.
Okay. Oh no. Good whip punish here for Trevor here.
That locks out. He's going to be able to get a little bit off this. To the wall. Knockdown. What's for breakfast? Ooh, all right. Stuffs the wake up.
Wake up dive kick? That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I think he was reading a thrower similar with how often Trevor was doing it, which for Shadow Jago is a valid response to do Shadow dive kick because it gets you right above someone and right out of their throw range. So
if he had the shadow meter for that, then yeah, that would have been a solid option there. But just regular dive kick will get blown up on the start up there.
Yep. So unfortunate, but I'd say it was the right call at that time.
All right, we're up 2-0. You know, this is no easy fight here. Trevor knows a thing or two. Has been playing since the last KI tournament, at least like live KI tournament.
Yeah. Or in your case, I guess the KI documentary.
Well,
I mean, you brought it into the conversation.
I did, but you know, it's now forever solidified. I'm glad that I have that memory. Fantastic. I also told him to stay free, and then I got bodied immediately after. But that's besides the point. Point is,
you pulled the wolf crone, is what you're saying.
No, I proved a point. With my shadow Jacob could live.
Oh God! Shout outs to Wolf Crone, one of my favorite FGC memories. Wolf Crone and of course Nikki, or not Nikki. What am I saying? Ugh.
Oh yeah.
It's Friday. I'm tired. I need more caffeine at this point. All right. Again, trying to use the boot, just trying to catch those anti-airs. Nice blocks in the overhead. There we go. Low cross up. Little late, so no conversion. Throw, corner. What's for breakfast? Nothing. All right.
I definitely have to appreciate the patience from Trinity here. Like, not opting to go completely nutty all over the screen. Just trying to play that neutral game really well here. Trying to mix Trevor up here. So Trevor, of course, doing a crouching light punch, which is just safe because it recovers fast enough. So, like, if Trinity decides to teleport through, he's going to punish that teleport.
Yeah.
But
also, that meaty boot, by the way, that was a nice setup.
Right, but if he does the dive kick, though, then he's going to be able to recover fast enough to block that dive kick. That's still smart.
Yep. Very good. Very brave challenge by Trevor after the shadow dive, or the surge dive kick, excuse me. Nice. All right.
Oh, wow, you're really going to go for it. Yeah.
Yep. That's going to catch him up quite a bit, 48%. Overheads to the wall. Nice.
Still locked out. Not going to be able to break this here. Going for damage. Okay.
Oh!
It's going to
Yep,
get
that's going to be an annihilation. Yep. That was a major whiff.
It's unfortunate, though. He could have tried to save it for the next one because he still could have woke up punished. But sure,
yeah.
guaranteed life bar. Have it here. Yeah, that's going to get blocked.
Yep. Recap with the clown car. Ooh. Oh, shadow cast, but too late. Oh no, this is bad. The like dirty cross up. Oh, breaks right away. All right. Oh. And again with the dirty cross up. That was vile.
Yeah, I think he's probably trying to go for like a dive kick there. Get the heavy kick come out.
Stage Ultra. But just the ambiguous jump over with the clown car coming. That was brilliant.
Yeah, no, that's really tough. Like if you always have to be aware of which side the opponent is going to be on, because that's the direction you're going to be blocking. But yeah, if you mix like that, it's just bad news bears. Nice 3-0 from Trevor over Trinity 5. Moving on in the bracket is Trevor for sure. Of course, Trinity we'll see a little bit later.
Yep.
Loser's side.
Congrats, of course, again to Trevor for moving on and staying on in winner's side, which is, again, doesn't matter what game you're playing, that's no easy feat.
Oh yeah, definitely. Alright, so checking things out here. We still have some matches going on in the background. Just want to take a look at some of the matches that have already passed. Eric Lee took over Batman 3-0. Batman still proceeding along in the loser side there. Going up against Confusing Poke. Of course, Ray Crossman or Ray X-Men or Ray Man.
The person with the cross in the name, we're trying to figure out how to pronounce it.
We'll go with that. Clearly a nobody. But yeah, going up against Gunpaw, and probably up next on stream. By the looks of things here, is going to be Inter versus Eric.
Now, Eric Kui, I recognized from last week, and was very impressive to see what they were pulling off. Like, absolutely insane matches, and just overall rock solid play. So,
yeah, Eric Kui's been around for quite some time, playing KI. Had the pleasure of hanging out with him a couple times, just at events. Let's see what I'm trying to remember what he was playing last time I saw him. We have so many characters, and for some reason, like, I want to say Omen, but I know I'm wrong. I know for a fact I'm wrong. Mira. Yep, there we go.
There we go. Yeah, no, I was going to say the Mira that we saw the last time I was here was amazing. Because Mira is especially a difficult character to play because, well, she's, again, arguably I'd say she's best on paper, but you're also playing a glass cannon. Like, that's the drawback. You've got some of the best tools in the game, if not the best tools in the game, but it hurts to use them.
Yeah, it's such a unique mechanic, and seeing how many players like play Mira in different ways, like that's so cool about KI. Like that I love so much is that we see people's creativity really come out when they're playing characters here. So like we'll see some Miras that will opt to air dash more. We'll see other Miras that will opt to kind of just be more set play heavy. Which I mean, there's not really like a wrong way to do it, but like if you rush down somebody with Mira, like. That's tough to handle. But then if you're getting set played by Mira, that's also tough to handle. Like she's really solid.
All right, so here we go. Game 1, Arby versus Eriki.
Yeah, Arbiter is an interesting character that we've seen all over the place as time goes on. Either top tier, just kind of just floating in the middle. Oh,
yep. All right.
Is that like a leftover back that hit Arbiter there?
Yep. Well, not watching his legs. All right. Oh, all right. Okay, command grab. Taking their life back, I agree. All right.
So the wall slapped.
Yep. Going for the
air dash there. That's crazy, right? You play anime, you're gonna be okay with this guy.
Oh yeah.
Nice parry out the instinct here. We're gonna at least get something started. Gunning.
Yep. Max range. Okay, grenade. What's the setup? He's got an overshield to work with. Nice recapture.
It's so hard to tell what that sword swipe is gonna be too when you're trying to break it. Get the kill. One more shot.
Yep. There you go. And he's still got more than half his clip left, so he's in a very good position right now.
Nice jumping button. Of course, the one downfall for Arbiter has only one like low button, and it's stupidly slow.
Yep. All right, and Eriki tying it right up. We're on to red bars, so double Luigi. Let's do it.
Nice throw off the jump in here. 3 bats coming your way. Ooh,
oh, went for the forward heavy punch. All right. Ooh, nice shadow counter.
Wow.
Calling it out with not a care in the world.
Yeah, super impressive there. Oh, I don't know about
throws
that.
it away in a bluff.
You impressed me with the shadow counter. You counted the bats. You knew for a fact that sweet, like you threaded a needle, and then you threw it all away. You still have instinct though. We can turn it around.
And here's Mir just sitting back like, hey, I just pulled a casual 56% on you. What you gonna do?
Nice command. Another grenade stock.
Oh, and ooh. And that should be a confirm in Ultra. Yep. Boom. Nice.
Really unfortunate there. I like the throw, of course. Throws leave the grenade to blow up for another day. Like it's just make you invulnerable if you're in a throw state.
And Eriki showing off a very strong Mira, as we mentioned before. Just again, the one thing that Eriki does in neutral that I like, and I wish I saw Miras do more often, is just using the low scythe to catch people in neutral. It moves so fast and reaches so far, and it's an opener as well on top of that. So, I'm really happy to see them use that. It's something that, again, for as many years as I've played this game and for as many Miras as I've fought, it's not a tool that I've seen Miras use.
Yeah, it's because normally we see like Miras like in your face, kind of mixing you up, using air dashes, or like setting up more. Eriki is like definitely setting up with bats, making the approach, like kind of blending the two together, right?
Yep. Not over abusing like the shadow bats, for instance, which is a great tool, but especially like, when you first get into Mira, a lot of the mistakes that I see like newer Miras uses where they rely on it too much and they don't realize that there are certain ways to get out of that, especially if you are against a character like Shadow Jago where they've got projectile invincibility to get out of it. And here we go. Just going right into it. All right. They don't care about his comp pairs. They're just going right into it.
Yeah, of course, definitely Mira has the better air-to-air advantage over Arbiter.
That was nearly a counter break, just slightly late. I think Eriki might be onto something.
Of course, not Eriki, excuse me. Linter could have been shadow countering some of these normals here. That's much like Mira has like the multi-hitting normals. The same thing, or wow, not Mira. Maya has multi-hitting normals. So does Mira. And those are shadow counters.
They do share a few key normals, one of which is, I believe, forward heavy punch. That's that kind of rush with the silver daggers, as you see them do. Knockdown. What's the setup?
See right there. Shadow.
Yep.
Not
Oh,
there,
he
though.
went.
Not there.
Yeah, not there. You can't shadow counter the shadow bats.
Stop listening to the stream. Stop it. All right, getting blown up here. Look at all that gray health too. Eric, you just letting it rock, so it's not too far off here for Linter. Oh man, I want to see you shadow counter some weakness.
Yep. Okay, take a little bit back. All right, that's going to be a big amount of damage.
Let's rock here.
Casual 45%. Ooh, all right. What do we got?
Yeah, you're gonna take this life bar for, or not. I was wrong.
Yeah, the chip will do it. Just gonna let the chip do the work for him.
Look how much instinct you have left here. This is gonna be it. One more touch will do it. All right, yeah, go for instant cancel. Keep yourself safe. Nice sweep to stop the blood drain, and that's gonna do it. One hit into ultra.
Very nicely done. Also, shoutouts to that anti-air embrace earlier. Like, that's another thing that I saw a lot of with Eriki last week, and it's just amazing that, you know, again, to see Amira use that anti-air tool, because that takes some practice to make that work.
Oh yeah, I mean, think about it too. It's almost like that's quarter circle back and button, right?
Yeah, quarter circle back and punch. Wait, no, I'm thinking wrong. Where am I? It's been so long since I played Mira, I don't even remember my own buttons anymore.
It's just easy anti-air is what I was getting to, basically.
Oh, fair. Usually, though, like usually, and this is just my preference as a player, is that if I'm in an anti-air, I'll just take a straight up Shoryuken or just like crouching heavy punch.
Oh,
like
you like things difficult and then easy, whereas Eriki likes them easy and then also more easier.
Excuse you, sir.
It's all right. I'm a Shoto player too, and I know that.
I mean, you're talking to a guy that mains Paul and Tekken, so.
Oh, okay.
If you want to talk easy.
Yeah, all right. We figured it out, at least. We know who we're dealing with here. You got a Shadow Jungle player and a Paul player. We know what's up.
Yeah. I like my 50-50s, just saying.
Alright, but Linter, though, putting on a good show with Arbiter, of course. Oh, yeah, that anti-air. It's going to be so tough, especially with the mobility that Mira has. Nice cross up here. And already level 4. Look at it. Cash out.
Look at this. Ooh, that is disgusting. 55% right away at the start of the round. Not even 10 seconds in. Nice.
Hopefully. It's okay. Hopefully we'll have learned from the last round that Linter can shadow counter some of these normals here. I want to start seeing that.
That looked like a pure panic break.
Yeah, that's going to wrap this up.
Yep, and just like that, perfect round. Takes the silver right back.
Oh, wow. Almost got crossed up. Wasn't ready for it.
Right, going in. Got covered bats. Not quite there for the confirm, but close.
Ooh, into instinct we go. Shields down here. Going to take the... Oh, nice parry. Yeah, but any of those hits are shadow counterable. He did not have to wait for the 5th one. He just shadow countered immediately.
Yep. There's enough of a gap with the 8-frame startup for shadow counters that you can easily go in and counter basically hits 2 through 5. All right, got the grenade. What's the setup?
Really good stuff. Like, you know the timing. That's crazy, Eric.
Nice break in the medium. Good eye. Caught low. Confirmed. And boom. And sometimes that's all it takes.
Yeah, that's unfortunate there. Eric was just very overwhelming for Inter. Man, it's tough. Especially a character as mobile as Mira. Because Arbiter is one of the slower characters of the roster, and it's going to be tough to kind of keep up. Of course, Arbiter has some fantastic buttons, right? Like, every forward swipe is just absurd. It's going to take up most of the screen. So we could have seen more of that implemented. I like the setup with the grenade play, but it seemed like Inter just kind of relied more on just expecting the opponent to be like, I'm just going to respect this grenade and not move. Whereas Eric clearly knew the timing of grenade. Like, that was
and that's
obvious.
Yep, abusing the throw animation just to avoid the hitbox of the grenade. I mean, it was very clean, knew the timing, as you mentioned, which you can use to get out of setups like that, not only for Mira, but also for, in some cases, things like Cinder or, any other setups like that that just rely on, sticky stuff on there. So it's difficult, but it's definitely possible.
Right, exactly. I definitely would like to have seen more neutral play from Inter, because honestly, like I keep saying, like, Arbiter's neutral is solid. Like, you can't really tell, like, when he does his arching sword, like, what strength it is when you're linking that in some situations. It just really depends. It's like, that's a recapture, right? So then when you do that, you can't because he doesn't. I'm trying to think. He doesn't have like the streams like TJ Kamo does. Like for example, like when TJ Kamo does Trevor, like it's either 1 stream, 2 stream, or 3 stream. That's how you know the strength. Whereas Arbiter, you can't really tell. So there's so many uses for like just the range that Arbiter has available. Something to think about for a future match, perhaps.
Yeah.
All right. So looks like we're going to be hitting up the loser side first.
Okay.
We're still working through some of that bracket here.
Yeah.
So in the meantime, folks. Yeah. In the meantime, folks, don't forget that Match Arena was going on as well. So keep that in mind. And of course, here's that bracket breakdown that we were talking about for top 8. In winners finals, we have Ericy up against Trevor here. We're still waiting on that losers round of 1 for Grand X-Men versus B Brock. The winner of that will go up against Inter, who we just saw. 420 Batman still pushing against the Polish Pierogi. Winner of that will go up against Trinity 5.
And I'm looking forward to that match again. Just finally seeing that we have another Shadow Jago in the bracket, so we're not alone. I mean, that's the one thing I've noticed. Is like I'd love to see more Shadow Jago players in this new wave, but then as we know, it's an awesome decision to make being a Shadow Jago main. It is one of the best decisions you can make. And I can feel you just seething in your seat, Zero.
Shadow Jago is an excellent character. I'll be real. Shadow Jago is a very excellent character. Me personally, when someone's first picking up the game, I like to hope that they play other characters first.
Ones that teach you the fundamentals and ground you before you try going for like the insanity that you can do with Shadow Jago.
All right, so in the meantime, we're going to be jumping around some lobbies here. But yeah, you're right. Like I'd rather learn like a fundamental character before you jump into a character that has the shortcuts that doesn't 100% play all the rules that like a standard like playing Jago is a great start, right? Because you learn how the game works. And then Shadow Jago is just like he plays that game, but then he's got some extra on top, some tomfoolery going on. Yep.
Rash is also another good character to start with. He's got all the tools that are rock solid. He teaches you the fundamentals. He's easy to pick up. Likewise, I'd say another good character to start with. I would argue TJ Kamo would be another character because he teaches you like those fundamental mechanics that were introduced in season 2, especially recapture and stagger and flip outs. He's got access to all 3.
Exactly. All right, so while we're waiting on everybody to get into the lobbies again, I'm going to plug it one more time. That Match Arena, you already got the links right up there. Be sure to check it out. I'm taking a quick peek at where we're at. It looks like we're at $4.50 right now. So, of course, use that code LKO14KI. You can get yourself that fantastic.
Yep. So that said, we're going into our next match. We have, if I can just read for a second, we have Ray X-Man versus Inter at this point. And of course, I hope someone can give us the proper pronunciation of Ray's name, just so that way we're not continuing to be up here and be dinguses with pronouncing it.
I think it's just fun. I think it's fun that way, right? Like if you made your name difficult to read.
Ooh, all right, cool. All right, Ray's playing Glacius.
Yeah, and of course we saw Inter at the last match here.
Nice jump in. Good. Goes for the damage ender. Is he going to tag a grenade? Yes, he is. What's the setup? Nice. Ray respecting the grenade. Oh, just a little late on the shadow counter.
Like I was talking about, using a better neutral game with Arbiter is slashing the sword, kind of controlling that space is super important, especially against Glacius, which can kind of challenge that range. Arbiter will get stuff a lot of that stuff. Ooh, I can't believe he got away with that!
Oh my goodness, that was vile.
So real quick, he tried to shadow counter after the hail, didn't happen, and then Shatter came out, and then he punished the Shatter. How did he get that lucky?
I've seen crazier omelets made out of these scrambles. Just saying. Nice. All right. Pounds on the damage with Shadow Cold Shoulder. Knockdown. All right. What's the setup? Hail. Ooh, just confirms.
Yeah, once again, getting stuck in that same situation he was already in before.
Nice.
It's so tough for Arbiter to get out of the corner. He doesn't have a true reversal except for his self-detonation with the grenade, which he could do. And I think his Shadow Shield, basically, right?
Yeah, that's more or less what it is. It gives him that little bit of extra life and makes it so his own bombs don't hurt him. But if you can't find the time to get your overshield up, then you're basically dead in the water.
Well, I mean, just to kind of like back you out the corner, it's almost like his own micro burst, right? Just be like, like, get off me, bro.
So going in round 2, hopefully Inter can shake off a little bit of that frost there. Just get over that. It was a rough first game, but that's okay. That happens. I also like just looking back at that bait with just the liquidized real quick, just to get out of that normal on wake up and then just take over on that mix up. That was brilliant.
And if I remember correctly, King Glacius just liquidized, and then the bomb when it explodes doesn't affect him.
Yep, he's invincible on the way down, but once he starts coming back up, he's vulnerable.
Right. Yeah.
Nice. All right, to the corner. All right, set up.
Like they're just abusing the fact that there's no reversal here for Arbiter. It's super tough. Take that life bar immediately.
The hail won't last into the round here. It's just not going to stay on screen long enough. But, you know, whoa, just going in. My God. Blowout. All right, what's the setup? There's that reversal we're talking about.
And he popped the instinct just in case here. Still making it take damage. Nice.
Yep. Grenade setup. Nice. That's going to be a little early for the recap, but he had the right idea. Reversal. Oh, nice. Confirm. A little bit of weird facing on that one. Only got 3 out of the 5 hits, but he kept him in there. He's good. Ooh, I'm not sure if I agree with that one. Yep, counting on. Ooh, reset.
Oh, the counter.
It's one of those situations you hate to see.
I always feel like you attempted the Ultra, you messed up, so you try to pick it up against it. Well, I don't technically win unless if I style one more time.
I mean, style's important. Let's be real about this.
I mean, we are playing chaotic.
Yeah.
If you're not styling, what are you doing?
Exactly.
Honestly, I can't think of why you wouldn't want to style in this game. Why not do 3 Ultras?
Yeah. Why not just do 2 Ultras into Ultimate? We can do that.
Why not just keep ultraing? I don't know.
Something. You'll figure it out. There's all kinds of swag you can do in this game.
You'll have fun.
So now it's on Inter to make some adjustments. Hopefully they can calm down, get their nerves back in place. I sensed a lot of panic in that last game out of Inter's play. Just, again, it's difficult, as you've mentioned, pushing that position, especially against a very, very dominating corner game from Iglesias like Ray. But you just got to not get cornered and just force Iglesias to play the neutral at this point. I'd say more gunshots and just force them to just stay neutral or get him back in the corner. Nice, sweet. All right, that starts.
Oh my goodness, the whip punish, nothing off of it, that's okay. Nice fail to challenge the grenade here, but it's alright, we're gonna liquidize. Oh, the timing's missed. Whoa. The
Knockdown.
Right.
Right on the shatter, nice. Oh, resets, okay. Breaks on the medium, just barely hang on to his green life bar. All right, what do we got? Oh, it just throws over it. Okay.
Yeah, it's just a bit there. It's just like Ray X-Men was just trying to figure out like what to do. Like, okay, you're throwing a lot of buttons at me, Inter. I need you to calm down. Nice. There's the puddle punch, just avoiding that grenade altogether. Nice breaker.
All right. All right. Keep him in the corner. Ice armor's up. Nice use of the command grab to get around the throw. Oh, cross-ups. All right. One of the unique abilities that Glacius gets, he can cross up Puddle Punch, winning instinct. Setups.
Oh no, the shatter, you have to jump. Yeah, stack on the damage.
Yep. One more mix-up, that's all he needs. Oh, and well, okay, he got the game. I was hoping he would get the full conversion so we could see the ultimate, but, you know, it happens.
You asked for so much.
I'm sorry, but Glacius' ultimate is like one of my favorites in the entire game.
Really? Nice.
I'd say between his Shadow Jaggers, of course, because have to like my own, and Tusk's 3 favorite ultimates in the game. But shoutouts to both players. Of course, absolutely. Ray will be moving on. Inter played very solidly. You did well. Congrats to you, sir, making it to losers quarterfinals. We'll see you next time, I'm sure.
Of course. Definitely a lot of... I mean, it's tough, right? Because, yeah, back-to-back hard matches. Glacius just dominating that corner game up against Arbiter. It's really devastating. And, of course, going up against Mira, which has just the better mobility over Arbiter. Arbiter needs that space. And if you're in his space, it's not going to work out too well.
Yeah, and Glacius especially. He does well at close range, especially with cold shoulder pressure and hail setups to keep him safe when he has to do something unsafe. And even at a distance, he can play extremely suffocatingly with just that constant threat of shatter. Of just, hey, I'm going to make you sit on this icicle, and then all of a sudden you're hit.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so next up, it looks like we're going to have, taking a look at the bracket here, Trinity 5 up against 420 Batman for our losers quarters. This is how the bracket has stacked up thus far for our top 8. It's really interesting. We're still waiting in winners finals over there. Eric versus Trevor.
Yeah, we'll get to it. We got plenty more KI goodness to come tonight, so we're gonna get there.
Absolutely. It's been fun, just kind of speaking with Trevor lately. He's been on this League of Legends kick. So to see him still practice up for KI is fantastic. Yeah, a lot of players out there just kind of playing different games, right? Just kind of like, while I'm waiting for that next tournament, what are we playing out there? What are we all?
Well, I mean, for me, I kind of went back to my roots as a rhythm game player. So I've long been part of the rhythm gaming community, for those who don't know. And for me, just going back to playing DDR to try and lose some weight before my wedding, trying to slim down, get healthy for moving on. But also, like, I know it's kind of, and it's probably the nichest of like niche genres that I play. But I'm an avid Beatmania player, so I like slapping keys, as we call it. And we're actually going to be commentating for a charity event this weekend too, so that'll be fun. So
nice. Well, have fun with that. Yeah, I keep seeing like Beatmania play. It's always fun to kind of check out, peek into it. Myself, I'm trying to quit. I've been playing a lot of Destiny. I play more Final Fantasy 14. I'm disappointing my free company.
It happens. I played MMOs for a number of years, and I dabble in PSO too. Like, I do like that we actually can finally play the game stateside, because I've been waiting for that game since I think like 2015 or something like that.
Well, it's been longer than that.
Yeah.
I've been waiting a long time. Over 10 years.
But shoutouts to our next match here. We're doing Trinity 5 versus 420 Batman. The Shadow Jago, near and dear to our hearts. And it looks like he's going against a Cinder at this point.
You got me torn, because I gotta root for Michigan, but I'm also like, man,
we gotta represent our boys.
Yeah, but I know where I came from.
Fair. All right.
Nice
standing overhead. Just going in. All right. What's next? Just. Ooh. All right. Good breaks. He's got to be worried that fired up state for Cinder. He can use it at any point.
Oh my!
Nice. Just. Yep. Playing the distance. I like this. Nice. That was a step. Ooh. All right. I'm liking this. Catching up on the panic.
And
that's going to be a live bar.
Dared to spend the bar when the break was just right there in front of you. Oh my goodness.
I just YOLO cross up dive kick. It's fine.
Yeah, scary stuff too, because Batman could just do down up kick and just take care of whatever teleport there is. But man, having a hard time keeping up in this situation, the back and forth mixes. This is a different Trinity than what we saw in the last match, right?
I know this Trinity's far more confident, and it's just saying, I'm just gonna do this because I can. All right, nice. Yeah, like this is a Batman that's looking pretty mixed, if you ask me.
There we go. Let's see if we get the recapture.
Yep, recap. All right. There's a lockout. Vision, pile on the damage. All right.
Interesting, maybe optimal the burnout, but okay. Nice, keep him locked down here. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, the perfect answer. Yo, we're gonna see it.
Thank you. Oh my goodness.
I wanted to see an ultimate. I was like, can I see at least one annihilate, please? Can we see an annihilate?
Auto combo. I wasn't sure if he was even going to get an ultra.
Be still my heart, please.
I'm like, you won. What are you doing?
I'm loving what I'm seeing.
Oh man, you're loving it. Excuse you. Hold on. No. Clean it up. We're here to clean Killer Instinct, and I don't know what you're trying to pull here.
What? Can I not support my fellow Shago man? Can I not support him? Please
support him, but don't support bad behavior.
I'll support bad behavior as I see fit, especially if it's working. Thank you very much.
You know what? That is fair. I'll let you have that. It is absolutely fair. I apologize.
I mean, if the mix works, why not use it?
To win. I'm not talking about the mix. I'm talking about, will you ultra off the head? I need your execution. Input errors cannot exist in such a dire situation. But good round from Trinity out of here. Batman caught on the back foot here.
And we're two very happy commentators right now, just saying.
We are.
All right. So here we go. Game 2. All right. Checking him with the crouching jab. I like it. Flip kicks.
Because if memory serves me correctly, I thought Batman played Orchid, which nice anti-air here.
Yep. Okay.
Opting for Cinder. Right. Ooh, good block.
There we go. He's going to have the bar to convert off this, will he? Yes, he will. But gets broken right away. All right, good breaks.
What might have been better there? I'm learning to adapt to my own game myself. This is the EX Fireball. So that was unbreakable.
I was saying, not gonna lie, I've been taking a couple of notes here and there watching Trinity. So, ooh, all right. Yep, that's gonna be totally safe. What's the mix? Okay, goes for Trailblazer. DP, nice. Oh, the tragic autocorrect.
That was bizarre.
Okay, challenges it with standing medium. I like it.
Nice tick throw here. Here we go. Let's get a sit up with the bomb. Oh!
All right. Nice. The fake cross up. I love it. Breaks right away in the heavy. Last possible frame he could.
Oh, I wonder.
Good jump in.
This is a little bit choppy here. I wonder if it's saved to the players there. Oh boy.
All right, Instinct. Caught him with that. Oh, I think that was trying to be a flip out, but it didn't quite come out right.
I don't know about this. I wonder.
Oh,
yeah, you know what?
I was saying, what is he thinking at that? Was he just checking to see if he's falling asleep? All right, forward heavy kick, cancel dash. What do we got?
Hold all this. All right, let's try to get that meter back. Also, why not just burn him up? Burn up those arms.
Yep. No, he's going to burn the legs. I agree with that. Takes away his slide, assuming that he doesn't care. No, he doesn't care. Of course he doesn't.
No, use another kick button, dude. And another one.
Are you getting very...
Like, I feel like, what do you... Okay.
Yeah, that's fair. All right.
Are you...
I was going to say, he's got a very dangerous amount of white health building up right now.
Like, I'm really confused.
Ooh, all right. And just again, just
one?
stepping over it. He doesn't care that he's got over half his... He's got half of his life right now, more than that now.
Do it again! Yes! Recapture! Look at all this damage. Don't let him break it. Oh! Let's go, baby!
Oh my god.
So you made a mistake, Batman.
Oh.
You didn't realize you're on fire. Do you see how white your house got? It was white hot.
Did you not feel your legs burning?
Don't you know? The longer you let Batman fight you, the more likely you are to lose.
Mm-hmm. And for the love of everything, just pay attention to that fire, my man. Please.
It was bright as day.
Well, how do you not notice? Like, seriously.
Press the buttons and the fire goes taller than his freaking character. Wants to be like, I didn't know I was on fire, man.
Shh. Oh my goodness. Like, seriously, how do you not notice, like, that big, angry, white, flashing part of your life bar? Like, seriously.
I'm sorry. You're right. It really... I'm sorry. I got heated.
We both did, to be fair. We really shouldn't be laughing.
I should not fan the flames of anger and loss.
Moving on. Okay. All right, so back to this neutral. All right, pressure, challenging with the crouching medium. Throws.
Nice
Okay.
break.
Knockdown again. All right, setups.
See, I'm not seeing respect any of those DPs. Nice block, though, into a bomb setup. Okay.
Yep, well, the bomb's gone now at this point, so
Yeah.
kind of a move.
It's just odd to see that bomb setup right there. When they're,
Ooh! All right. This is payback. This is justice.
It really is.
This is justice for that embarrassment of a last game.
Oh, a slide? No, that's not safe, my friend. Into recap? Nope. Oh!
All right. Trade DPs. All right. Staring each other down.
Of course, he's got the instinct on, right? So,
Ooh, he had it.
A teleport trying to make something happen.
Yeah, but that'll be first bar. Let that instinct timer run out, get a little bit of bar for your trouble. I agree.
You got the dive kick. It just seems like Batman's kind of having trouble. Like, he's trying to react to a lot of what's going on. Ooh, try to go for backdash. And it's just not working out in his favor here.
Yep. Nice. Okay, broken right away. Better be careful with those. He's been breaking pretty consistently on the doubles.
Really good. Nice. No lockdown yet. Here we go.
Yep. Oh, I can see Trinity trying to press the button there.
Yeah, nice lockout. Oh, but didn't finish the combo. And, of course, that shadow counter will wrap up because it was the target combo. 3 hits.
The full potential right there. Nice.
Okay. Batman's still showing life here. Oh, no.
No, that was tragic. Yep.
I don't
and there we
know.
go.
I'm wondering. I'm wondering on that.
I mean, it got the job done at least.
Oh no, not the string. Not the string.
Okay.
No, that definitely killed. Good job. Huh. All right. So Batman is down by 1 game. They're looking to close this out here.
That's certainly very strong game from. Okay, I'm not even gonna say it. We're moving on from that moment.
No, I mean, no, it was a solid moment, right? That was a good opportunity, good knowledge for Batman as well. That you know, hey, like, because we saw the first game, right, where Batman lit the arms on fire, which is normally the go-to because like that's going to take out the zoning options that Shago would have against Cinder.
Right.
But
then by burning the legs, that takes out not only dive kick but slide, which is part of the crux of the mix-up for Shadow Jago because now you're exactly. So it was a very, very smart decision, and it was one that was perfectly capitalized on. We can't put any cleaner than that. All right, just fireballs to the Trailblazer.
Oh, nice. Yeah, really good stuff in the overhead here. Fired up arms. No more fireballs for you.
All right, fires are out.
Oh, opting for just nothing after the vision, which is interesting because it's still your turn there. Not blocking the overhead. You can go for throw when the overhead comes out as well, too.
Oh, that was a very dangerous backdash. She could have been caught by the Trailblazer.
Ooh, interesting. You traded off of that. Yeah, we see Trinity trying to call out the Trailblazer. Nice. Counter hit. Nice!
Ooh.
Batman's going to get full bar here. Going to see another fired up limb. We're going for legs once again. Dive kicks and slides are no-go. Goes for DP because you don't have a slide anymore. Ooh! Look at that.
And Trinity right now sitting on a very dangerous amount of white health. Nice. Let's see convert. Okay, interesting. Setups.
Yeah, there we go. Flame kick. Don't let him break here. Nice. Cashing out. Heavy damage here. No!
It's a cat. Ooh, all right. Ooh, nice shadow counter. He's reacting to the mix.
Yeah,
all right.
Absolutely. Batman's learning. Batman adapts. That's the important thing. And not just in Killer Instinct, but even like in his game playing Street Fighter, he's adapted type of player. Oh my goodness.
Okay. Instinct into nothing. I'm not sure what Trinity is thinking at this point.
Ooh, let's go.
Slide. All right.
All right. I think the time is now. I think Batman's got enough information. Opts to charge for another.
Look at
You're
this
not
meeting.
allowed to keep throwing fireballs because guess what? You got a DP with invulnerability, son. It's okay.
Yeah, but still, that setup though. just controlling this base right above his head. That was perfect.
Oh, he's
nice. Just DPs. Nice. There you go.
Yeah, that's unfortunate here. Going to go for full damage. Actually,
Pops for the bar. I agree. Stock up on Shadow. You need it. Nice. Fake cross-ups. Okay, goes for damage. One more mix. That's all he needs.
Huh.
Then there it is.
I wonder what happened because he popped instinct and just nothing.
Yeah, I don't know what he was thinking there. It's like it's like Trinity's activation in the first round. I'm not sure what he was going for with that.
Yeah, well, I mean that match had oddities left and right, and sometimes connections over even on like some of the best net play that we have, it can still kind of be rocky in some cases. So, but that is the nature of net play. You just gotta kind of roll with the punches there. So we'll see. Of course, honestly, really good aggression from Trinity. Honestly, very different from what we saw earlier, where Trinity opted for more like a neutral play, being real chill and safe, just trying to slowly close the gap and kind of figure out, because that was what, against Trevor that he fought earlier, right?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, looking back at the bracket, yeah, that was Trevor he was fighting earlier, so.
So that means Trinity will move on to fight against Ray X-Man. And of course, right now, we're going to get into our winners finals match up against Eric versus Trevor here. So we're going to get ourselves a little bit of Mira and a little bit of Cinder. Yeah,
nothing?
So Cinder...
Oh, go ahead. I didn't mean to copy. You go ahead. I'll let you take this one.
Of course, from Batman, honestly, we saw the learning curve happening there. Trying to react to a lot of the mix-up game that was coming from Trinity. Of course, we saw like, okay, I'm going to jab out the slide, or I'm going to jab up the dash and the throws. Like, the awareness was there. Honestly, like I mentioned earlier, probably could have seen a few more flash kicks out of it because, of course, it's just down up. So down up button or down up kick in this case, and you're going to anti-air whichever side you want to go on. Before we get into this winners finals match, ladies and gentlemen, of course, I want to remind you one more time, our match Reno. Check it out. If you use that code LKO14KI, we'll get you another 50 cents for free into the pot. It looks like we're currently sitting at $5. If you look to the right there, we have some glorious sponsored events right there. If you click on any of those contribute options, you can add that as well to the pot. Even that dollar survey down there, which is a huge chunk of money. So check that out if you got the time. Of course, thank you so much to our top contributors, which are shown below there. So feel free to contribute when you have the opportunity, if you can. And of course, don't forget, you guys are on the Low Kick eSports stream. And as such, every week they normally host an online tournament. But next week, we're taking a little bit of a break. The week after, though, we got this glorious lineup of games. Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. Killer Instinct is coming back. Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath and Street Fighter 5 Championship Edition is going to be played at that time. So definitely check it out. And be sure to tune in. And then next up, we got one more EX Extra piece of content for you to check out. That's right, our EX Saturdays from Low Kick podcast. This happens Saturdays at 5 p.m. Central. Be sure to download some of that past content. They might not be doing it this Saturday from what I hear. I've heard rumor, confirm or deny, but I've heard that it might not happen this Saturday. But that doesn't mean you can't go back and check out the old content, see if it's for you. They love all the FGC of what's going on in the community. They don't often touch on the drama, which is great because we have enough drama to deal with as it is. And honestly, I love the conversations, really positive conversations that do have about the community at large. And of course, going on today, don't forget, we have other games that are happening. Be sure to check out those streams. If you got that multi-Twitch, it's going to help out with the views for all of them as well. Fighting Herds is going on at Bryce Burr. Battle for the Grid is happening on BDE_FGC. And MK11 is happening on Free Hectic's channel. So be sure to check that out and support all the Low Kick streams that we have out there for you. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And,
and just as a reminder to everybody, of course, who's in chat right now, if you're in chat, as a reminder with the Matcherino, you have a free 50 cents you can chip in right now. So go ahead and toss in that 50 cents that you normally use to get a soda in the 90s and boost that pot up so we can make sure that our top 2 players walk away with a nice pot tonight.
Right.
So,
and of course, as well, if you do feel so kind, definitely support any of the low kick esports streams as well while you can. Because they've been helping out by giving us another adventure to check out the fighting games that are going on in the community while we don't have any tournaments. If you have that Twitch or Amazon Prime, you do have Twitch Prime as well. And, Amazon eats that $5 every time you decide not to use it. So while you're here, feel free to just give it to Low Kick Esports if you're enjoying the content. It's not necessary, but it definitely helps them out quite a bit. And, honestly, I like being able to hang out on the Low Kick stream. So,
as do I. It's always a fun time coming in, tuning into Low Kick, and just seeing the amazing KI that's been coming out of the Chicago FGC and everybody else who's jumping in and getting in on this great bracket and this great time here. So glad to see everybody here. I'm glad to be here with you, Zero. I'm just having a fun time, man. This is great.
Yeah, no, definitely.
All right. So that said, we are getting ready for our next match, which is going to be on Winners Finals. It will be Erky versus Trevward. And right now we're just kind of waiting on things to queue up, and I think we're just about ready a little bit.
Oh
yeah, we're getting ready. We're getting ready.
See, Erky, of course, no slouch when it comes to KI. I've seen him many times before. I don't remember the last time I saw Erky face off against Trevor, though. I'm not sure if they ever have in bracket before, as far as like an offline event. I'm sure they definitely have online. Let's see what happens here.
Yep. Okay. So here we go. We're going to see the Mirror versus Rash. So good matchup. A lot of tools. We'll see if the bike mix-ups, along with just the rock-solid tools that Rash has, can stand up to Mirror, and if Erky can just prevent themselves from having to eat through their bar with silver. It's always the risk you take when you play Mirror is that you have to hurt yourself in order to do the good stuff.
Right. Of course, this anti-hero. Of course, this matchup is always really interesting because Rash is going to just overwhelm Mira, and I was just about to get to it. She has that miss to get out of that situation.
Yep. All right.
Nice. Open up.
Ooh. Again, I'm not sure if I'm liking all these early breaker attempts. They just haven't been playing out.
Right. Nice. And of course, when you think about that, Rash can use Wicked Tongue to eat projectiles, and there's 3 projectiles on the screen in this case. So of course, you get one, you're not going to get them all. Nice.
All right. Ooh, very good break on that after the Shadow Bats. All right, to the wall. Goes for the damage. All right, overheads. I like it.
Mix up for real.
Yep. Okay. Knockdown. What's for breakfast? Okay, just went for the meaty. Okay.
Yeah, opener ender, not good here.
Yep. Something you cannot do in KI. You have to give your opponent a win or a break. Ooh, good blocks. Reversal.
Wow.
Nice. And this is what we were talking about earlier, where if Shadow Bats is not a foolproof setup, you have to actually make sure that it's going into full block zone. Ooh, early on the overhead. Gets out of there. Nice anti-air.
Oh, reset into the throw for the corner position. No.
Oh, no. That's going right back into the corner. What's he going to do with this? All right. Well, ooh, went for the grab. Okay, that was smart.
Definitely has to.
Yep, have to. Gotta have some life to work with. But now this is turning into a very dangerous proposition for Erky. The lower the life bars get and the less tools, and well, at that point, you're just gonna get ultra.
He had enough time to at least attempt a breaker, but man, yeah, it's gonna be tough.
Are killing me.
Like, especially in that situation, because like, granted, if he would have tried breaking, Trevor could have counter broke, but at the same time, at that life lead, why would you need to? Why put yourself at risk? Give yourself the opportunity to get opened up again.
Yep. But that said, Trevor again proving that he's with just walking the neutral and just the way that he's using his buttons, he's got a very, very rock solid understanding of neutral in this game, and he's been putting that on full display with every match we've seen of his so far. So playing the ranges right, use pressing buttons only when he has to, and when he does press his buttons, they've got a purpose.
Right. All right, going in a game 2 here to the Forgotten Grotto.
I love that Beetlejuice outfit, by the way, for Mira.
The Beetlejuice.
Does it not look like Beetlejuice? I mean,
I just never think of it that way. I don't know. I'm more like, oh, that's Jack Skellington. But
like, if we're gonna talk about amazing Tim Burton comedy movies / horror movies, let's talk Beetlejuice. Because that, if you haven't seen that, you need to see that.
I've definitely seen it, but I go Jack Skellington. Like, I don't know.
I don't know. I look at that like there's another one too that like you got the Jack Skellington, but you've also got the Beetlejuice in here, and I love them both. Right. So knockdown. All right.
That's a fantastic button from Rat, right? Because it's like the perfect distance. It's super quick. You cover really fast. Nice reset.
Yep. It's only really unsafe if you don't space it correctly.
Exactly. Another one.
Ooh, all right. Jumps out of it. I like it. Eric's starting to show some awareness by just jumping out of that setup. This is going to hurt.
Not opting to heal yet, though. There it is.
Yeah. I'd say, why heal when you can just tick grab?
Oh! That was an early throw there. Yeah, too much block stun.
Nice. Starting to read those throw mix-ups. Trevor's relying on him just a little too much. Nice. Confirm.
I wonder if he tried to do Shadow Ram's one. Oh, okay.
That was weird.
Nice cross up here. Yeah, we go for boot. I don't care where you're going to go. It's a wall of hurt.
The chip on that, by the way, is insane.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we're out of there.
Yep,
oh, got air to air. That's unfortunate there. The life bar gone. But of course,
not quite. Yep, not quite even with the silver, but yeah, kind of close now. To the wall. All right, knockdown. What's for breakfast? Gets out of there. Trevor reads it, but Eric breaks right away. Got the vampire miss. That's going to help. Ooh, just getting in there. I love it. All right. Setups. Oh, and just gets thrown for troubles.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Obsta missed out. Still has enough time to recover into boot to catch that missed away.
Good break on the lights.
Boy, he's been catching the whole time.
All right. Got some life to work with a little bit. All right. Shadow Bats. What's going to be the mix?
Yeah, this is still very doable here for Eric.
Why would you do that?
There. Like, oof. Yeah, it was still very doable there. I mean, as much damage that Mira can do, like, it's huge. You didn't have to beat her to step now, so of course, Trevor being calm, cool, and collected, like, yeah, I know you can do a lot of damage, but I'm not going to try to attempt this break here because, you know, I have enough of a life lead to close this out. You don't have beater to make this, like, as bad as it could be, so I'm going to take this gamble here.
And sometimes that's the breaks. You just have to play with the risks you have, and that's just what you have to deal with sometimes, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's always interesting to watch the mind games of KI. Like the back and forth, because it's one of the only games that there's always an interaction whether or not you're being hit or hitting yourself. And that's what makes KI so unique on its own. Right,
so going into game 3, I believe this will be.
Yep, it is game 3. Taking a minute here. Eric E has the option to switch. But of course, if he does,
no, he's not switching.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, no, he's. I don't think a switch is necessarily in order at this point. He's been proving that the mirror is working. He just needs to make a few more tweaks. And as we load into this next match, waiting patiently.
The tension is mounting. Does Eric E have what it takes to turn this around? Or will Trevor continue?
Oh, nice. Oh, no, that's open render. That doesn't work. I have the feeling that was an execution error.
Yeah, it seemed like it, right? Ooh, nice break. No healing for you. Oh! The challenge after the bats. I wonder how... There's got to be more block stun for the bats than that.
Nice block in the overhead. Shadow. Ooh! Threw a little early, trying to go for a tick throw setup. Nice. All right, command grab takes some life back. I agree. Caught him low. Shadow bats.
Chunk of damage has to break here.
Oh, just challenging it right away. That was nutty.
And this is crazy too because Trevor keeps breaking on Eriki's combos, which is causing Eriki to miss the opportunity to even bother healing. Another boot that wraps it up. Look at all that silver health that was gone there. And gosh darn it, it's so frustrating not being able to get those heals in.
This is going to be bad. Oh, or not. Okay. I was kind of afraid just seeing the button wind up there. I was like, oh god, they're going to get caught by the clown car. Kind of like that.
Trevor trying to do the Battle Maniacs, not working, too far away. And taking the L for this round. Trying to time out that instinct. Actually does an excellent job.
Yep. Take away one of Rash's, probably the most dangerous tool in Rash's toolbox. All right, Instinct, what do we got? Throw the miss right away. I agree. Oh, the filthy crossnut.
Okay, nice medium break here from Eric. No media setup. Oh!
Okay. That could have turned into a really nice conversion had he recognized it.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
We're playing anime out here. I dig it. I've seen Goku do that.
And just like that, Eric might actually be able to put a point on the board here.
Don't speak too soon.
Please don't let me be that guy. I don't want to be that guy again.
I think you might have.
Oh no.
He's super patient here, getting caught with the overhead.
Oh, okay.
Nice. Had to good block here. No, the air to air into overhead. One touch can't do it here.
Oh.
And that'll do it. Holy smokes! The air to air light punch to cause the end of the match. And you cursed. Eric was well on his way, and you cursed.
You know, and again, this is, it's like there's those moments where it's like you want to commentate, you want to talk about that, where you're confident in what's going to happen as a commentator, and then you throw out something, and all of a sudden it comes back to bite you. I'm so sorry.
Forget we're playing KI. It's not over until the match is officially over.
This is true.
But don't worry though, Eric still has another opportunity to make this comeback here. We'll see Eric later in losers finals. Up next, we're going for Ray X-Man versus Trinity 5. Let's see if Trinity can put up the fires this time.
And hopefully not wind up with legs that are burning for days. So,
yeah. Oh man, look at that bracket. Look how far we've come. Winner semis all the way down to where we are now in our final 4. It's a 3, but it's not over yet. Look at that. I'm trying to skip ahead. Man, but even looking back, like as far as Trinity's made it too, right? Trinity just sitting up against Trevward in winner semis, moving all the way through losers bracket after the fact. Of course, making it with a different style of play against 420 Batman, which was crazy, right? You know, it's really cool to see somebody flip a switch like that mid bracket, because I was expecting more neutral heavy, and I wonder if it was just because the character he was going up against, right? Because he went up against Rash. And I wonder if Trevor also played Cinder in that matchup, if Trinity would have played the same way, like he did against Batman's Cinder. So that'll be interesting. If Trinity makes it past both Ray X-Men and Eric Lee to go up against Trevor, Trevor's probably going to stick with Rash, because if I remember correctly, Trevor's playing Rash to cover some bad matchups for him personally.
Speaking as a Shadow Jago, I like one of my longtime practice buddies. Maybe you've seen his name float around with the KI scene, but Spoofy is his name. Spoofy, longtime Fulgore player, but then when he got tired of Fulgore, he switched to Cinder, and he found a lot of really just absolutely delicious swag with Cinder combos. Like, you ever want to see like some tech, you go talk to Spoofy, in my opinion. But like as a Shadow Jago player, I hate the Cinder matchup. I hate the fact that I have to more or less rely on my fireball game to just keep Cinder grounded and avoid getting tagged with, you know, a firebomb. Because once I get one of those sticky bombs on me, all of a sudden now I have to respect that, and I can't really press buttons. Right. And that's the pain of that matchup as a Shadow Jago player.
Yeah, because those fireballs are absolutely devastating in that matchup in particular. If you get stuck with one, that changes the dynamic entirely. But of course, we're going up against Ray X-Men, which, you know, of course, we saw Ray X-Men go 3-0 over Inter, and that was Glacius, which on paper, Shadow Jago definitely has the advantage in that matchup.
Without a doubt.
But that's on paper.
Yeah.
Let's see if Trinity can make that adjustment. Trinity has to overcome the obstacles that is Glacius. Because if you think about it, the the fireball game that Shadow Jago has. Definitely, because one, you can snipe out any hail that's on the way. You're going to be able to air any sort of lances that show up. Glacius wants to get in this matchup, which is super difficult, especially with the mobility that Shadow Jago has.
Yeah. And of course, go ahead.
He does, what you call it? Oh no. Liquidize. Even if he does liquidize to duck under the fireball, that's reactable, punishable with slide.
Yep.
So.
And on top of that, again, just the threat of the slow fireball, which this applies in that matchup not only with Shadow Jago, but also as Jago. So long as you've got that slow-moving projectile on the screen, that is something that Glacius has to respect. Because if he tries to press a button at any point when it's heading towards him, then that's going to open him up immediately, or it will at least save you from, like, say, getting comboed off of a Shadow. So, it's part of the matchup that just rings true for both characters, and any character that can actually keep something on the screen for a long time against Glacius. But going into this, we're going to see that, as you mentioned, that Glacius and Shadow Jago matchup. So from the Glacius' standpoint, of course, it's just making sure that you... Oh, no. Not what I want to see.
Yep. See, this is what I was talking about against that match with Batman. It was looking a little funky. I swear to God, if somebody is playing on Wi-Fi... I'm immediately looking at you, Trinity, because you are on Xbox.
Well, I mean,
you could be on.
Nice dive kick there by Trinity. Using that, again, the standing medium. All right, nice throw, getting him backed into the corner. Nice call out with the Shadow Cold Shoulder.
Put your right back to the corner where you belong.
Yep, and again, Trinity again playing the matchup, using the fireballs as we discussed. Sweep will take the first bar.
Yeah, already in the air. Yikes. See, immediately here, look at that. He didn't want to close the gap. I know he's got the life lead, right? That's the scary. But look how much damage that Glacius can do and how many problems Glacius can cause for you when you're playing that close range game. And, oh wow, what a challenge! Nice, able to jump out. Gonna get Shadow Puddle Punch here.
Yep. Okay. He's got instinct on him. I'm not sure what he's thinking with this. It might just be to get it on the table and not leave it off it. Tries for the blood. Oh no!
Oh no!
And just like that, instinct is gone. This is going to be a super uphill battle if he's going to make this work, which looks like he won't this time.
All right, so this time, let's hopefully see a full screen game, right? Like, play that zoning game, outzone Glacius, make Glacius make mistakes here.
Yeah, you have to force, and you have to force the Glacius to overcommit. That's how this matchup works.
And of course, don't listen to the commentators.
Yes, please don't listen to us. We don't know what we're talking about. We're Shago mains.
Don't let us get in your head. Come on, you. But no, honestly, if we see that full screen game, yeah, I got dropped, which is fine. I'm kind of watching that.
Yeah,
but
we'll make this work one way or another.
But anyways, yeah, no, in this matchup in particular, because normally we see Shadow Jago play that mix-up game that we keep talking about, right? And Shadow Jago is just, it's difficult for him to do damage. Fireballs are like super important in this matchup, and it's a matter of patience. And that's something that maybe I've not had before, and something I'm weak against. Where, like, perfect example, I said against Sickle at NEC, where all I had to do was play that zoning game, and unfortunately, I was like, I'm bored. I'm going to close that gap, and what happened? You immediately got blown up by Glacius for it. Be careful. Of course, if they want to keep going, they're more than welcome to keep going, because I got my eyes on you guys. I'm watching you right now.
Yeah. And on that note, it's like the set I ran against Rotendo at Combo Breaker in 2018. We had kind of a set of just first to 20, the be-all, end-all, because with our Cursed Block playing online, we've never had much of a stable connection. I don't know if it's just, Minnesota to Texas or whatever. I don't know. But we ran that set, and again, it was just, that's the whole matchup, is that it's like you want to go in, you want to get that hit, you want to be in his face, but the moment I was slide in and Rotenda was ready for it, it's like, okay, I'm getting popped open for this. And this is all of a sudden now going to cost me like 30-40% of my life, at least.
Right. Because we all know that's where we're going to get our damage from, right? But of course, you can't you can't forget about the Shadow Fireball tool that you have, which does a lot of damage for it being unscaled. It shuts down a lot. Like, even if Glacius decides to liquidize and you have all the meter in the world, like, oh, all right, well, EX Fireball, and eventually he's going to get hit by one of those.
Or just like the control of that Surge Fireball offers you, just for the fact that it controls so much of the screen. All right, and just like that, going in corner. All right, throw. What's the mix? Oops.
Up here.
Nice, just liquidizes. Okay, I like that. Got to throw.
Yeah. Just allowed Trinity to make the mistake. Oof, into the corner.
And just like that, perfect round from Ray. My God. Oh, went for the Shadow Cold shoulder, got caught. Puddle punches. And just, okay, throws. Okay, I can see that. Dropping the combo so we can get him the corner position. I like it.
Oh, wow. Opted for the counter breaker and just...
Throws. All right. Yep, and that's going to be it. That was tough. Super clean, maintained the corner pressure. I like the decision that Ray was making just to drop that combo rather than try and carry it all the way to the other side of the screen and just throw him back in the corner. You know, maintain that positional advantage.
Absolutely. No, it's definitely tough because it's a guessing game after that, right? When Glacius has you in the corner, hail is right above your head. You have to worry about the hail, but then you also have to worry about what Glacius is doing right after. Try to throw. There are other such situations that makes it tough to get out of the corner, but that's got to be your number one priority in this matchup, right? To play the long string game and to just not remain in the corner. Sure, easier said than done. I'm not gonna lie. It's easier said than done.
Yes, absolutely.
Definitely the gameplay.
I'd say if anything, maybe see a shadow counter or two out of Trinity at this point, just because that's the one tool that we haven't seen taken out. And I think that would be probably the better option in this case, or at least from my perspective, but we'll see what happens. Got to get the meter first if he's going to make that work.
So now we're at full screen here. Let's see how Trinity plays this out here.
Yep. Playing more of that neutral game, trying to force him to just stay at range 1.
And of course, off of every breaker, what does a Glacius player do?
Yep.
Cold shoulder. Every time.
Yep.
Counter. Nice job. Okay, got it.
All right, there we go. Timing lockout. What's he gonna do with this? All right, he's gonna dump some meter. Gets another one. Nice. Gets the damage.
God, no! Just get away.
Yep, cold shoulder again. Nice. And again, just slide into those DMs with the cold shoulder.
There we go.
There. All right.
Using the standing heavy normals to break through the armor and able to get the confirm. Oh no!
Ooh, no, that was super risky.
Yeah, unfortunately, like the idea was there, but Shadow Jacob's DP goes straight up. It's rough for that case. Wow, nice knockdown. Wrap up round.
Nice piece of cutter. All right.
So here's the patience from earlier. You know. Okay.
All right. Got a lockout. What's he gonna do with this? DPs. All right. Ops for damage.
And plus, it gets that space that you need, right, to back away instead of closing it down. But Trinity apparently confident in this position to be right inside.
Okay, I like this. Okay, I like this. Gets him in the corner.
Don't do it.
No, don't.
He did it. No. Okay. All right.
Nice. Okay, gets the cross up. He's got. Oh, okay. Had tendrils, doesn't anymore.
See how this works out here. Oh my goodness! You committed to the fireball, and of course, Glacius is going to switch out, go right underneath you, and that's going to be a 3-0 for Ray X-Men. Moving on to losers finals. Attempt from Trinity. Like the adjustment towards the end. Unfortunately, this wasn't coming out on top.
But still, shout outs for rock solid gameplay. I'm sure we'll see again not next week, of course, but the week after.
Yeah, absolutely. Just I like when he chose to make that approach, but again, it's so risky for Shadow Jago to be that close to Glacius because that's where Glacius wants you, in that like close mid-range position. or like kind of in front of his, especially the corner too. Any opportunity to put you in the corner is just reset city for Glacius. And it's tough for Shadow J to get out. Sure, you got a DP, but as we saw, Hail's right above you to be worried about. That's going to shut you down after that.
Yep. And the other thing too is that if you try and do the other answer just to get on the Hail, which is Shadow Slide, of course, all he has to do is just any other option, literally this tool set to blow that up. He can just Puddle Punch, it'll take care of it right away, and then you're right back in the game. So, or I should say, Glacius right back. You know what I meant. I'm just being Big Dingus again.
All right, we'll take a look at that bracket. Like we said, losers finals. Eriki versus Ray X-Man Trinity taking 4th place today. Congratulations to them. Good stuff. Good showing. Great growth throughout the bracket. And Trevor just sitting pretty up there in grand finals. Probably playing League right now. And of course, one last time.
Yep. Shoutouts to Matcherino, guys. If you want to jump in right now, we've got $7 in our prize pool. Go ahead to Matcherino, click on the contribute button, use that donation code of LKO14KI. Everybody watching chat right now has a free 50 cents they can drop right into that pot. Just put the code in, sign in to contribute. You're going to toss in that 90 soda right into the pot and make sure that our top 2 players get a good payout. And of course, if you want to follow along with the side quests right there that we're highlighting, you can of course complete more incentives to add more to the pot for free. There's also some survey quests at the bottom you can complete that will also add money to the pot. And also, if you want to and you feel awesome, you can always donate directly. Shout outs to our top contributors tonight. You all are awesome. So please use that code. It's free. Just takes a couple of clicks. You can throw in that 50 cents and help boost our pot tonight to make sure that we've got a good payout for tonight's winners.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, we still have other brackets going on as well on the sides. Tonight, we do have Mortal Kombat 11, Them's Fighting Herds, and Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. Wow, I can't say it.
It's kind of
Rangers, it's for the Grid.
And they're going on each on Low Kick Esports' 4 different channels here. You can of course tune in at twitch.tv/Bryce Burr for Them's Fighting Herds. You can tune in at twitch.tv/BDE_FGC for Power Rangers Battle for the Grid, and twitch.tv/FreeHectic for Mortal Kombat 11. So shout outs to these amazing games. Shout outs to their amazing netcode. And shout outs as well to BDE for being an awesome streamer, or for Chicago-based streamer, excuse me. And just everybody who's helping make these streams tonight, making them possible, and just being a part of the Low Kick Esports team. So shout outs to all you guys for making tonight happen.
Greatly appreciate it. All right. And of course, we're going to be setting up another lobby because, you Steam players make things pretty interesting to try to set things up.
Yeah.
Because, of course, this game does have crossplay, but Steam and Xbox, they have a hard time talking.
Yeah, and it's cool. We love you guys on Steam. We love our Steam players. Just unfortunately, it's not exactly the friendliest thing in the world to set up these matches. But honestly, we make it work.
Honestly, with it being the summer sale, it is also only $10 to pick up Killer Instinct right now.
It is. So if you're liking what you're seeing and you want to come join us, you can always make an awesome decision to play Shadow Jago and then get Killer Instinct for $10 on Steam.
I've made a mistake here, but Ray's gonna beat up my just standing still character.
Yep. And this is why picking and playing Shadow Jago is an awesome decision.
The opportunity to also talk about not next week's event, but the week after event. Be sure to check it out. Low Kick Esports is going to be doing another online weekly. It's going to feature other games, including Killer Instinct as well. So it will be, if I remember correctly, Killer Instinct, MK11, Battle for the Grid will return, and of course, Street Fighter V Champion Edition as well. So be sure to hang out on July 10th. That's going to be week 15 for us out here.
So as you guys can see, no tournament or stream next week. But that said, please consider also donating to the Low Kick Esports team. Help these guys out. They're putting on an amazing show, especially during such a difficult time for us in the FGC when we can't do offlines, unfortunately, with the pandemic. But they're coming together anyway and coming out for us to help make sure that we've got some awesome events to come and compete at, and also some awesome streams to commentate for and to watch. So please Please consider dropping him a donate. If you've got Twitch Prime, please consider dropping him a sub. As Zero indicated earlier, if you don't use that sub up, of course, Amazon /Twitch eats that $5, and well, you know, that's not benefiting anybody except Twitch or NM by extension. But
there's your ultimate. There you go.
Yep, there we go. There's the ultimate I like seeing. Now, can you see why I like this ultimate?
It's a solid ultimate. It's solid.
Like, you don't even need to see what actually happens. You just know that when Glacius is staring him down, he's watching it for you.
It's not good.
Mm-hmm.
It's not good.
Yeah, shoutouts to Ray for making my heart very happy.
We can forgive Ray for playing on Steam. I will. I got it. I'm on top. Guys, everyone calm down. All right?
I was going to say.
I don't mean to derail the show. That is not my intent. I'm not trying to, hype you guys, like, keep you on the edge. I'm not trying to create filler episodes.
Like, if you want to run matches, my man, we can always just do that after stream. Just saying.
There you go. There's so much killer instinct going on.
That actually might be kind of fun. That might be kind of fun.
I want to see a Shadow Kill mirror.
It's the most awful mirror in the game, in my opinion. Aside from maybe an Agos mirror, I'd say would be right on par with it.
I hope your processor can handle the particle effects.
Exactly. But here we go. And right off the bat, Ray was going right for the shatters. Went for a bluff right away. It's going to give Eric a chance to take all that life back. Okay. Opting for damage. I like it. And just the meaties.
Just got to even things out here. All right, this is going to be huge here, especially in the corner setup here for Eric. It's super important. Nice. Get that health back.
Yep. Goes for the wall splat. That way you're maximizing damage and getting life back on top of that.
Big slices out here. Not going to break them.
Just a casual 42%. No big deal.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
Into the corner, please, for the reset. Oh, the cold shoulder. Oh, my goodness.
Again,
disrespect from Ray.
As we said, what does every Glacius player do?
Off the brakes. I said off brakes. In this situation, is godlike. In the corner, it's a move.
Oh, the cross-up puddle punch. All right, throws back in the corner. He converts. Lockout. Mix. What's the setup?
Okay. Ooh, nice air dash here into opener. Let's go. All the bat damage. And the blood is on him, so he's going to heal up while he's doing this message. Look at this.
Yeah, doesn't even need bar for this. He's just going to close it out right then and there.
Yeah, I mean, popping instinct was really smart there, so then that way Eric can continue to do the heavy and medium buttons, which take away health. But that also is like your more damaging options. So while he's taking away his health, the instinct with the blood spray was going to heal him back up. Ray was already locked out, so of course spend that time with the most optimal damage. Why not?
Exactly. The stuff that, again, for me, it's, no big deal. Casual 50, 60, 70%, it's like, whatever. But for us, it's like, you see that as, just taking that damage. It's like, you're trying to scoop your jaw up off the floor that they just took away that much life.
Okay.
So going into game 2, neither budging. Just a matter of making sure that you can brush the silver off. You sometimes, again, you take that first, game loss, but you just take some notes, figure it out, calm down, reassess yourself, think about what happened.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is that Ray was not wrong in this set really much at all. Just, I think what really started the momentum was that early counter break that he didn't get any block.
Yeah, and that just kind of started to get the house of cards to fall apart.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Nice use of the myth.
Yeah, honestly, really good decisions for both players here. Here we go, armored up into cold shoulder.
Okay. Oh, little late on the shadow counter.
Set up tail, keep that distance nice into the puddle punch other side here. Nice ender, heavy chunk of damage. Look at all that silver health there. Eric, he's spending so much. Nice, trying to keep himself safe with the hail. Protect the throw, so Eric wasn't going to get hit by it. One touch for both players here, and puddle punch will wrap up the round.
Tragic. Eric was sitting on a lot of silver right before they lost that.
Yep.
But that's all right. It works. Get a little bit of bar off this.
This used to be to Ericy's detriment, right? Like, we see Ericy spend so much health and then spend very little time trying to get that back. Like there's not like a consistent balance with how he's using those resources.
Ooh, again, just going again. That's 0 for 2 now for bluffs. They try to calm down and not make so many risky decisions.
I can understand like going for that bluff though, simply because he had 2 bars, which is that's scary. Like if you see Glaciers do Shadow Cold Shoulder, then yeah, that's a hex of damage is coming. Oh wow, armored up. He calls out the mist into Shadow Puddle Punch here. One more hit will do it. Yeah,
ooh, all right, good decision. It's not enough to get out of danger, but it's at least going to keep you alive, let you survive some chip.
Oh yeah, the air to air. No, Shatter! Oh, breaker. Both,
oh my goodness.
Away from victory here. Okay. Watch the air to airs here.
Yep. Mind the cold shoulder. It's going to come.
Boy,
right there.
Wow, anti-air cold shoulder to mess that up. Nice.
Man. I was going to say, anybody got a pan for that omelet? Because that was a scramble.
Yeah, it was one last touch of death for both players here. And man, it was scary, right? Because Ray just spent it all in that last corner interaction. Just like, okay, I should be able to get this kill. Let's get all the hail after the Shadow Puddle Punch. And just not enough to close that gap.
And then again, especially getting that low life situation where both players are in danger, and you're seeing cold shoulders, bats, everything flying around, just somebody scrambling just to get that hit and just close it out.
Right. Right. Game 3 here. 1-1.
Yep. Going into losers finals, turning into be a very entertaining set so far.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And we're in there. Ooh, okay. Trades on the air. Sweeps. What's for setup? What's for breakfast? Excuse me. It's getting to that point of Friday evening where I'm like, okay, I'm starting to feel the caffeine a bit.
Oh, nice puddle punch here into Shatter. I love the mist immediately to opt for the other side. But once again, look at how much damage you're doing to yourself by doing that. Shadow cold shoulder off the wake up here. We're going to continue to combo. Nice heavy break here.
Let's confirm. What's the mix? Locks out. All right. It's going to blow out, unfortunately. He's going to need a mix-up of some kind to make that damage count. Breaks.
Oh, wow. Nice. Cold shoulder. Already armored up, too. Recognized the butt was going to break through. That was pretty awesome there.
And that armor, of course, I don't think it's going to be able to deal with, in my opinion, Mirror's strongest one, but it's at least going to help. All right. Armor's gone. Confirms.
Yeah, we got to stop going for these counter breakers here. That's 3 of them you're throwing out there, not one of them working.
Just got to take a deep breath, calm down, keep yourself safe. Instinct, missed. Ooh. Your legs.
He stood up at like the last second too. Like,
and
was the reversal of the attempt there.
Yep, and the cross up.
I'll wrap it up here.
Yep, that's gonna be it. Nice and clean in that second round. That was impressive.
Your life, my plaything.
Man, once again, a counter break attempt causing just such an issue for Ray. Like that's 3 of them, and just the tables turn immediately when he puts that out there. He's not getting anything off of it. And Eric has been breaking, but not like. It's really well, and he's recognizing what's a bait and what isn't very clearly.
And it's like, again, from what I can tell, it's like, they want Ray wants the break. He wants to get that counter and just get the big damage. He knows that Eric just wants that break and just wants to panic, but he just hasn't been able to call it at the right time. And that's been ending up, as you said, it's been biting him every single time. Also, shout-outs to Scar in chat for dropping some gift subs in the Low Kick Esports chat. You're seriously awesome, sir. Thank you for that. All right. Knocked down. Pressure.
Up into throw. Yeah. The delay throw. Ooh,
that's a punish. Nice.
Missed the break, though. Hard to read.
That's going to be going for damage. 56%. Very good.
Corner combo we go. Oh, nice.
Oh, that's fake.
Jump. I love it.
And now we're going to be back to that range where Erica's going to have to rely on things like that standing medium punch, which, in my opinion, is her best normal just because it's so abusable.
Jeez. Cold shoulder and a cold shoulder and a cold shoulder till it works. Shadow Shatter to wrap things up.
Not too much of a life lead left, though, on the green bar for Ray, though. This could easily be turned around.
Yeah, but I mean, look at this opportunity here. Nice cross up here with Shadow, or excuse me, Puddle Punch. Here we go. Shadow Puddle Punch. Look at how much damage is already done here.
All right.
Wow. Yeah, catch yourself in. One, you had armor, and two, you had the hail. No, ultra right after.
So say all he needs though is one touch still.
There you go.
Yep. Boom.
It's so momentum based this set, right? Because like the moment Ray decides to make that counter, then it immediately flips to Eriki's turn. Now Ray is focused on not, because we didn't see a counter attempt in that set. So maybe we're learning. Maybe we're adapting.
And now it's going to be on Eriki to show that, yes, they can learn to make some adjustments. Because now Ray's got the advantage here going into this final game of the set. Now it's the question, is Eriki going to bet Mira, or bet his tournament life in Mira, which he is. I agree with that decision. I don't think that, again, I don't think it's a character issue at this point. I think it's just an adaptability issue. So.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it is definitely a slobber knocker back and forth between these two. It really could go either way, and that's what's really exciting about this.
And of course, shoutouts to load times. All right, final game. Here we go.
It's building suspense. Nice. All right, knockdown into the hail right behind him to keep him safe there. Keep comboing. Here we go. Nice anti-air here.
Yep. Good use of the backdash to avoid the chatter.
Yeah, I love that Ray has been throwing out those shatters off of knockdowns just every single time, just to force Eriki to make a move. Because Eriki has not been able to like stand still and block. Eriki always has to back off and stand right exactly where Glacius wants Mira.
Right now, this is looking very dominant. Ray not that far into his green life bar.
Wow, just let it rip with the Shadow Puddle Punch here.
All right, locks out. This is going to be big damage.
You see how much damage he's done already? Look at this corner one more time, please. Hail.
Mix up. What's the mix? Nothing.
That's it right there. Ladies and gentlemen, Ray taking it 3-2 over Eriki. Oh my goodness. Glacius is a beast in the corner.
And Ray proving very much that is a threat you need to be conscious of in this game. Making such good mileage of it. But shoutouts to Eriki for such a strong showing. Going out tonight in third place. Congratulations.
Yep. And it's all come down to this. We have Ray up against Trevward in grand finals.
Top of the night. And shoutouts one more time before we get into this set to our Matcherino, if we can. Or we're just going to look at the top 8, I guess, for now. But there we go. There it is. It's coming. So, shoutouts again to Matcherino. Everybody in chat tonight, if you could go ahead and just jump in, drop in that code, click on the contribute button. You can toss in the 50 cents for free, and that way you can help increase our pot tonight for our top 2. Make sure that they're both getting paid. And, of course, on the side, you've got some other options as well. You can do side quests, as well as survey quests to increase that pot, just like as we saw right there, ticking up from $10.50 to $11. And of course, shoutouts to our top contributors tonight. You can also directly donate if you so choose. Head on over to Matcherino, use code LKO14KI. You can chip in that 50 cents for free and throw in that 90 soda to make sure that tonight's pot is worthwhile.
That's going to do it. Lead us right off. Tee us up for the grand finale of the entire bracket. It's been a long, grueling set. Wheels took a nap earlier, so unfortunately wasn't able to see the rest of this bracket. And Apex is still trying to talk to his buddy, whatever he's doing. He's just not here.
Again, not learning and demonstrating full control over the Minnesotan goodbye.
Right, yeah. I'm so proud that you guys adopted Apex into your Minnesotan culture.
You betcha. Yeah, sure.
Hey, that's part of my culture too, okay? We have the UPers, all right? And we just don't talk to them, okay?
Hey. Minnesota made it famous. Just saying. Go watch Fargo if you don't believe me.
Okay, all right.
All right. So that said, going into this grand final set, we've got a Rash versus Glacius, Trevward versus Ray. We're not going to see the Cinder yet, it looks like, that you mentioned, but we're still going to have a very good set. Of course, Rash with that dominating, just all around good pressure, and Glacius with that awesome zoning, as well as just phenomenal corner pressure. And both have been demonstrating the corner pressure very heavily tonight in all their matches.
Yeah.
So I think this is going to come down to who gets cornered first, truthfully.
Well, of course, too, think about that. At full screen range, Ray is going to be able to rely on Hail because those will get eaten up. It's going to be about that close range game between the two. Who's going to get the set play going first? It looks like it's going to be Trevor right there. Oh, wow. Trying to
whip, bro. That could have been big. Back in the corner. And, of course, Ray coming in from loser's side. He has to win 2 sets. Trevor just needs to win 1. Nice.
Juggle. Ooh, to the corner again. Now trying to get out of this one. Nice sweep into Shatter. Nice. Caught him in the air with the cold shoulder. Smart stuff here, forcing Trevor to move. I like that about Ray. Ray definitely will just force you to make that move on wake up because of the Shatter.
Activating Instinct. Shadow Hail, get him off. I like it. Ooh, okay. Bringing in the car.
Ooh. Yeah, I think he got caught by the, yeah, that's actually what happened. He got caught by the puddle punch there while he was taking a ride on the car, and of course, puddle punch is...
Yep. And so far, Trevor has not been able to make very good use of the car yet.
Oh, wow. Yeah, of course, Boot has the meter. Spend it.
Yep. Instinct over, so now he's going to make this work. Which he will have just a sweep. It'll work.
Trying to go for resets out here. Not happening. Nice stomp. Corner we go.
Ooh,
Tries to throw. Gonna get broken though.
All right. No break attempts. All right. Less panicky, which is a good thing.
Yeah, really smart to do Ram's Horn there, especially at the Hail setup, so he doesn't get bothered by that. Going for the damage down.
Sweet. All right. What's the setup? Going to Instinct. Again, activate Instinct immediately. And just...
yeah, he didn't have enough health to survive that situation there. Unfortunate.
Yep. Right idea, but just, again...
Well, it should have worked normally in that situation. It was just simply because of the fact that Glacius still had armor. That it took that first hit of the boot, and therefore the sweep was still able to come out. That's literally the only reason why that worked. Trevor had the correct idea. It was just, in that circumstance, it was not.
Yep. So going into game 2, looks like we're going to go back to one of my favorite Season 1 stages, at least. So Devil's Landing. Not going to change characters yet at this point, which, again, it seems to me, again, that this is not, again, it just comes down to adjustments, is what it's going to come down to.
Yeah, I'm not 100% certain on the Cinder matchup against Glacius, but I think like Rash is definitely a good choice as well because of the mobility that he has, because of the options to shut down a lot of the setups that Glacius does have.
And more importantly, Trevor's not staying at that, outside of range 1 where Glacius can start really making use of those range tools.
Right. They kind of hold these. Ooh,
there we go. There we go.
Uh-oh, things are looking
It was a lie all along. I'm liking this.
It was such a tough choice, too, because he had the Hail that he had to worry about. Of course, the Shatter, but if he jumped, he would have got hit by the Hail, and that would have converted to something.
Okay, can he convert? Yes, he can. To the corner. Okay, good eye on the break. Caught him pressing a button. Can we get a bit off this? What's the setup? Okay, knocked down by the Hail.
Nice puddle punch. Ooh, stuck the Shadow there. Oh my goodness. Ray is putting in a clinic here. There we go. 8 the Hail. Nice.
All right.
Puddle punch. Push it to the corner, but of course, cold shoulder. Who is this individual? Cold shoulder off of a wall splat.
I mean, it's working, ain't it?
But I know another individual that would say something like that, and he really grinds my gears. I'm not going to let 2 people say that to me.
Oh, come now. I mean, again, if it's working, why not use it?
It's true. It is very true. It works. It works.
Same rule I find applies in Tekken as it does elsewhere. If your opponent's not giving you a reason to stop using it, why are you stopping using it?
No, that is very true. That is accurate. I mean, it's like such a situation that presents itself that like you wouldn't necessarily think about it.
Mm-hmm.
And clearly Trevor did not think about it.
And well, as you said, to be fair, there's a lot to think about in those situations he's getting himself into. So he's got to make snap decisions, usually with not enough information to accurately judge those decisions. So it's really not a fun time when you're in that situation.
Oh, welcome to Killer Instinct.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. Nice backdash here. Ooh,
instant overhead. I like it.
Oh, nice shimmy here, but able to recover and block. Nice. We're going to get full punish off that. No breaking. Here we go. Locked out. Let's go for it. Oh, wow.
Oh, I love the liquidizer getting back in the corner. That was brilliant.
Did not react to the close range shatter. Look at that. The confidence of Ray. In your face, having the time to do a shatter. Oh, looking over. Nice sweep. Yeah. Get off me. I got the boot. Let's go for a recapture. Oh, not able to get the conversion. Yikes.
I don't think he was expecting that to hit, to be honest.
Yeah, I guess not. Nice. Took away a chunk of armor just with the car.
Nice.
Immediately breaking. Hello.
Oh, what the? Okay, shadow boot into clown car to carry him forward. All right, cool. Keeping it simple. We can appreciate this.
Another shimmy.
And Trevor trying to get in with that sweep just to get the knockdown and get pressure going. Ooh, Ray is ready for it.
He just needs one hit to take the life bar. That's all he needs.
Mm-hmm.
No anti-air.
Yep.
Watch out for the hail.
Yep, and Ray's keep doing a good job keeping him out. Nice use of the shadow puddle punch.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
there it is. Finally. 60% of your health gone, but you finally took that health bar.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Oh, okay. Look out for the throw. Nice jump.
Yep, good use of the clown card to set up a punish.
Ooh, the backdash? I love that backdash. It's so just like rude. Because it's so slow, but it's gonna backdash a throw like that. Like, come on.
Ooh, I like that. Using the shadow boot into the clown card to convert. Just needs
really good. Nice.
Excellent. All right, signs of life. We can appreciate this. This is good.
I can't believe it. Wall splat into Ultra. Really good awareness here from Trevor, putting a point on the board.
We got a set. We're not going out silently into the night. This is good.
Really good stuff here. And of course, keeping us cool despite losing like most of his health in that second health bar.
Mm-hmm. That's a sign of some skill right there, and just being mentally steeled for that situation, because that is, especially in a game like KI, that's probably one of the most mentally torturous positions you can be in, when so many things in this game can kill you so quickly. Yeah,
it takes a lot of mental endurance in this game, and a lot of snap decisions, like we were talking about, like just the mental stack of what you see from not only just Glacius putting things on the screen, but now we also have to think about what Rash is putting on the screen and how to interact with each situation. It's definitely mentally draining.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a lot of fun at the same time.
Mm-hmm. And again, it's what we appreciate and love about our game. You know, we might complain about it from time to time, but we still love it.
That's why we complain about it, because we love it.
Exactly. It means we care. All right, Game 3 going to my favorite stage. All right, carrying into the corner. Made him just sit on the shatter right away. Nice.
I wonder if he thought it wasn't going to reach him. He thought he was out of range.
Possibly. It seemed like he was right on the edge of it from what I could see. All right, to the corner. No cold shoulder this time. Read the air correctly. That was good.
Yeah, really good stuff here.
Nice.
Capture. Heavy lockout. Let's get all the damage.
All right. Wow. Letting the bike be the mix-up. I like it.
Yeah, honestly, like Ray was not having it, and then of course Trevor opens up anyways. Nice, and just like that, the tables have turned. However, armor of wow, Ray's own doesn't matter when you got a heavy button.
Mm-hmm. One of the key changes from Season 3. Grounded heavy normals will ignore armor effects. And just like that, instinct over. It's still very close game. And, well, now it is the closest of games since we're both on red life bar. Cool.
Oh, nice air-to-air. A light, like, whew. Don't see that too often. Nice. Shattering with the spear.
All right. Good air there. I like it. Nice. Recap. Sweet. All right. What's for breakfast? Overhead. All right. Locks out. This is going to be big. What's he going to do with it?
No
damage.
Yet, but still has plenty of instinct available here.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Shadow Cold Shoulder. Okay, it's not going to be enough, but it's going to be close.
Oh, wow. Was aware. No, sir. You're not allowed to be sneaking up on behind me. Toss you over to the side. And that's a reset. Ladies and gentlemen, Ray resetting the bracket here.
Yep. Now we've actually got a true grand finals, or someone I think, is that what you guys call it, a Shin grand finals? Is that what we're calling this now?
That's not what I heard. But there are people that do call it Shin grand finals. I call it grand finals. I'm very vanilla.
I mean, I just call it the real final boss personally. But
The real final boss. That's a good one. It's true grand finals. Shin grand finals. That's all I got, man. The reset. I don't know.
Apparently, Chicago calls it many things, but I don't know. We'll learn.
Oh, the grand finals.
Grand
Not
finals.
the
Okay.
blue finals though.
Okay, that works.
Grand finals. Grande finals, like Taco Bell.
For some reason, I'm reminded of a candy bar with grand finals, but anyway.
Oh, I'm so hungry.
Again, I'm sorry, man. All right.
So trying to eat a couple of these hails. Nice punish off this puddle punch here. Carry to the corner. Ooh. Really late break though. That was unexpected. Wake up into Ram's horn. Gonna shut down whatever was gonna be on his way. Waiting for the Liquid Eyes to wake up.
Backdashing out of that shatter setup. I appreciate it. Cold shoulders in. That's a whip. That's going to be big. That's going to get him in the corner. He's going to convert. What's he going to do? Wake ups. Ooh, okay. Went for the overhead, but Ray was already ready for it. Jumping out of there. Oh, there's the whip. Nice.
Wow.
Excellent patience.
And ducking a lot of those moments too. That's crazy. All right. Wow. I don't know. Oh, good backdash here. We'll try to go. The armor came back up. Not happening here. No. Yep.
Nice.
It was getting rid of because he put the instinct out there to notice that the puddle punch was going to come from the front because it would not ice it.
Yep. That's the one visual tell you have with that setup is to tell if there's actually going to be a crossover or not.
Yep. Nice. Oh, goes for the counter, and is going to lose his life because of it.
That's okay. He's still got a healthy lead going into the spinal bar, so I think he's not in trouble yet.
Iglesias is like the one character you kind of don't want to attempt a break like that in the corner because he can turn around and then continue a combo.
Nice. All right.
For the Shadow Boot.
Yep. And now he's got to work his way in against the monster, and this is where Glacius shines.
Yeah, but of course, all that hail to keep him safe there, he just eats it. And every time Rash eats a fireball or a projectile, he gains meter. So, I mean, that's perfect. Go ahead. Keep putting them up. Good blocks here. Nice. Caught him in the air. Goes for a recapture into instant cancel. Got to be careful here because if he breaks wrong, this could be it. Nice into heavy. Backs off here. Yeah.
Okay. One touch is all he needs. Oh!
No! Hate to see it once again. That armor stopping the first hit of the Shadow Boot and the next hit coming out from Ray.
It was the right idea, but again, it was that same situation where just there wasn't the life to deal with it.
Yeah. It's super unfortunate because, man, he was ready to go. The damage was almost there. If that, there's a lot of what ifs in that scenario, but ultimately, yeah, like making that the Shadow Boot decision is like that's natural go-to because that's going to be like your true reversal, right? Your get off me with Rash, and when it gets armored out like that, that's just gonna that's frustrating because you should win that, but that armor stops that next hit, and man, you're lucky enough to get that button out there to make the kill. But of course, Trevor no slouch in matches before. Hopefully he keeps the mental endurance up to kind of shake that off, go into the next round. Like, okay, I got this still. We're still in this. But Ray is on a tear, man. Absolute tear.
All right, next game of the reset. Here we go. Nice. Knockback. All right, and just meaties him right off the bat, maintaining pressure. Oh, and again, that he keeps going for those bluffs that it's not cashing out for him. Goes. All right, what's for breakfast? Nice. Good read on the throw. All right, back to the corners. Oh, okay. Right away.
Yeah. Another cold shoulder to challenge that battle maniacs with the kick. Liquid eyes can make you guess.
Nice. Okay. Cancels an instinct. It's not going to be fast enough to punish, but it's at least going to give him a tool to use.
Yeah, super smart using the shadow cold shoulder to close that gap after the car.
Nice. Recap. Nice. Breaks out of it. There's been a lot of breaks. I'm wanting to see more of one of those bluffs that can actually matter in the neutral here.
All right. Nice. Taking the round here. Oh, man. Trying to gain your space back. And it's not going to happen. Trevor wants to close out this health bar, and sure enough, going to snag it right out of the end.
Throws him out.
Here. Yep, and again, same situation too.
He knows the Shadow's going to come, so he just plows right through it with Shadow Ram.
Oh boy, yeah, has to break here. It's looking really bad here. Uh-oh, one more touch will do it, and walks into the shatter. Oh my goodness. And that's a 2-0 so far in this round. What's that? What's that? That's... No, they've been going back and forth. At least in the last set, they went back and forth. So it's not 5 games straight.
Yeah, it's starting to look a little suspect though. Now that now that Ray is starting to work on some momentum here, I'm starting to wonder at this point. Like, I'm wondering what happened to all that steam, man.
I don't know. And of course, you know, Trevor is picking up Rash as like that secondary character to cover up matches. So of course, the commitment's here. Let's see if he continues to keep that commitment, because he got one more shot. It looks like that's going to be it too.
And he's opted to bet his tournament life on Rash. So hopefully that decision pans out for him is all I can say.
It's just, yeah, it's a lot of trades that are not going in Trevor's favor. He's making like the decisions, but man, like Ray is just putting on a ton of damage. And just not allowing Trevor to mix them up in the usual way Rash would. Nice air-to-air here.
And he's more importantly, in my opinion, like on those air-to-air exchanges, Ray's been just dominating with that and just not giving him a chance to trade with him.
Right, because we've seen earlier, like there was a lot of lances in the air, and of course, you know, Trevor was stuffing those out almost immediately, and now he's opting for other buttons instead of lances. Nice side switch once again here for Trevor. Goes for the wall splat into a scoop.
Nice.
Let's see, good block. Nice. Armor's gone, and oh no, a little bit late there. Doesn't matter. Jump out.
All right, cross ups, but not able to get anything off it, unfortunately.
Yeah, can't do a shadow counter here.
Yep.
No meter.
Nice. Okay, he's got a juggle. Nice. Just a boot. Just kicking him up in the air a few times like a soccer ball. It works.
I'm guessing which one that is.
Nice. Excellent. That should convert off that. Nope, a little early. That's okay.
Back dash. Nice. Caught him with the car. Really good awareness here on Trevor's part. We're going to throw him once again. Flip out though. There's too much KV meter.
Yep, good decision to use Shadow Puddle Punch. Get out of there. Just not worry about the mix-up.
Yeah, he opted just to kind of... Oh no!
Just the YOLO jump in. I was going to say, did we speak too soon? I'm wondering if we did.
We still got a pretty significant life lead here for Trevor. Lots of work here because Ray is using the final instinct that they're going to have in this round here. And yep, another sweep. One more ought to do it. What's it going to be? Okay. Has to respect the cold shoulder. Unfortunately, Shadow cold shoulder right after. No breaks here for Trevor. To the corner you go. Another opener. Does not look a good throw. What's it going to be? Attempts for another throw?
Oh, there we go. Nice. Using the instinct to just get out of the situation, let the clown car do the damage, and then just seal it out.
Yeah, it was really good to see about that instinct to see what the next decision was.
Mm-hmm.
Notice the throw was out there.
Yep.
Was
And that's one of the unique things about KI's engine is that a lot of people, especially newer players, I'm not sure if they're aware of this, but whenever you have a shadow freeze or an instinct freeze like that, you can actively react to what you see because whatever input you put in during that freeze is going to come out on the next available frame. And that's a very easy way to view situations.
So Trevor turning it around, putting that point on the board here.
Locked into Rash at this point. He's got to win 2 more games if he's going to make this work. And Ray is going to stick to Glacius, it looks like, for the time being.
Whew. This is really nerve-wracking, right? Because oh man, like Trevor's been cut short off of a few trades, not getting the full refund that he's looking for.
Mm-hmm. The good news is that it doesn't look like Ray was committing to a whole lot of dangerous bluffs at this point, so that I think ended up benefiting him more in this. It's just, again, at this point it was Trevor that had control of the neutral.
Nice sweep there, getting pumped out by Battle Maniacs. Into cold shoulder, trying to whip punish the sweep, not happening.
And again, just having a quick snack, getting the shadow meter.
Yeah, and you got to be careful too because there's so many resources available for Trevor already.
All right, he's got the hit, has the lockout. Going to carry this all the way to the corner. Nice. Oh, and he knew the throw was coming. Nice. All right, okay, maintain pressure. He's got a dangerous amount of white life. That's a punish.
Yeah, that's a really risky puddle punch there.
Nice, gets the knockdown. What's next? That perfect sweep range. There you go. The universal answer, get around armor. Just throw him. What the? Just stuffing the Shadow Cold Shoulder? Did I just see that right? Nice, using the clown card to just convert off that, get the punish, knockdown. Okay, back to neutral. Keeping him in the corner, very good. He has the lockout, this might be it. Gonna throw down, not quite enough.
Oh yeah, the armor.
Ooh. Very nice. I'm gonna drink to that one, that was very clean.
I'm just chugging water right now at this point. Excuse me.
Oh.
What a turnaround there. Okay, we're back at 2-2.
Mm-hmm. Same situation we saw in the first set. So now it's going to come down to who's got the better game plan. All your resources are exhausted. You've seen what your opponent can do. You know that you're both capable of making adjustments. This is the real Grand Finals.
This is what we want to see, right? More KI going on, and of course Trevor sticking with Rash throughout this set. And making the proper adjustments here. Let's see if Ray is going to be able to pull it off,
Mm-hmm. And now he's locking in with Glacius for sure, so this is going to be it. Neither man budging from their mains.
Ladies and gentlemen, Grand Finals is wrapping up here and now. Low Kick Esports, you're tuned into that Killer Instinct bracket. Let's get hype, ladies and gentlemen, one more time for Trevor and Ray. The Glacius putting you on ice.
And of course, this Battletoad is just going to be trying to unload the toad. Let's be real.
Oh, nice shatter to start with.
Okay. Trying to get in, playing that range 1. No, oh, there we go. Ooh. That'll be a punish off the sweep. And the lockout.
Instant overhead. Oh, the boot, trying to catch whatever wake up he had. Not going to happen here. The shatter cutting it out. Or puddle punch, excuse me.
Yep.
Yeah, of course. Shadow boot, get off of me, please. I need my space.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and just baiting that out. Using the clown card to confirm. Gonna opt for damage, it looks like this time. Gets him in the corner anyway. What's the mix?
Wow,
what's
really
he gonna do?
Here from Ray here to recognize that cart was on the way. Nice liquidize into puddle punch.
Nice
Punish
confirm.
them.
All right, challenges it. Gonna use the Shadow Puddle Punch to try and increase the damage. It's not gonna be enough to seal out the life bar.
Oh, you're just giving more resources there. Nice punish off the cold shoulder there. It's not looking good because that's free damage basically for Trevor.
Now it's ready to make a punish. We're starting to see some cracks in that cool exterior.
Oh, I know. Trying to air both players, honestly. Oh, nice.
Just shoulders in there.
Yeah, wall splat.
That's the mix. That's the hail.
Now, of course, get the setup with the hail there. Nice. You're gonna have to shadow boot back off me, please. Peter's off the table now. Yeah, here we go. Ooh,
all right. Good patience. He wants to throw so bad. Look how many times he whiffed that. Oh my god!
Start up with the shadow cold shoulder there. The cart covering the mobility here. Waiting for it to run out. No more armor. No trade for you. I'm sick of it. Take this boot into recapture. No! Are you jumping?
Oh my god, Trevor, what are you doing?
These cameos are killing me.
But that said, we have a champion for week 14. Man.
We just have happy accidents, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it is. Making up a mess.
Making a mess, but that's okay. We turn it into a nice, happy little reset, and it's all good.
Holy cannoli. What a set, unfortunately.
Oh my goodness.
For Ray not coming out on top. It was so close. Trevor is the champion of our bracket. Ladies and gentlemen, top 3 is going to be getting a contribution thanks to your guys' contribution. See that? I used that word twice. Yep. On the map, you have one more opportunity. Be sure to check that out there and help out the players that are actually playing this bracket. You're around $11 in Matcherino there. We have some surveys that are on the right there. Use that code LKO14KI and just sign in to contribute. You get that free 50-cent donation. If you do the missions on the side, you get more for free towards that.
And of course, if you want to directly contribute, you certainly can. And shout outs again tonight to our top contributors. And of course, thank you to everybody also who's chipping into the pot, making this possible, and making sure we've got a nice pot for our winners tonight. With that said, again, congratulations to Trevor, and shout outs as well to Ray for making very strong top 2 finishes. You guys are awesome. Fantastic set to watch tonight.
Absolutely. And of course, don't forget, we're not going to be back next week, but the week after, we will be back. Low Kick Esports Online is going to be hosting Power Rangers Battle for the Grid, Killer Instinct, Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath, and Street Fighter 5 Champion Edition. So be sure to tune in then. I believe the Smash GG is up right now, I want to say. So definitely check that out. And of course, if you have Amazon Prime, you also have Twitch Prime. You got another opportunity here to help out the Low Kick Esports crew by either donating or even just using that free subscription that you get with your Amazon Prime. The place right here to help out those that are putting in the work to give us events like this where we don't have any live events to go to. Remember, this will be CEO weekend, and these guys are helping us out, having some entertainment for fighting games. So thank you so much to Low Kick Esports crew. And I guess one more thing I want to plug as well, the EX Saturdays. Be sure to tune into those. It's a podcast that Low Kick Esports hosts as well. Saturdays, 5 p.m. Central. Awesome content there. A lot of cool casual conversation about the FGC specifically. A lot of awesome takes, great stories to share to keep yourself privy to what's going on around the FGC while we're still stuck at home. Trying to stay safe and healthy out there.
And of course, it's nice to just get that word of positivity and just listen to something positive for change, especially with all the negative in the world. You know, you need that break and just to detox from all the bad in the world that's happening right now. And EX Saturdays is the perfect way to do that. So tune on in. It doesn't sound like there's going to be a new episode tomorrow, but there will be one next week, and you guys can listen to some fresh takes from the FGC.
Exactly. All right, and that's going to do it for us here. I think there is still games being played right now. I think Them's Fighting Herds is still going on, and Mortal Kombat 11 is still going on. So if you want more fighting game action, be sure to tune in to one of those and support Low Kick Online. Definitely check those out. But for Killer Instinct, that's going to be it tonight. I'm Zero Syndicate. You can follow me at Zero Syndicate on Twitter, and also the same tag for Twitch as well, doing fighting game content and variety games. Cold.
Yep, my name is Cold Cuts. You can follow me here on Twitch at K0LDX. Likewise, I'm on Twitter at K0LDX as well. If you guys want to drop by, watch me play some KI, do some rhythm games, that's what I do. I also play, like Zero Syndicate, I play a variety of games as well as I feel like. And of course, shout outs to my crew, of course, with the cool kids and lore keepers. Glad you guys are all behind me. And of course, shout outs to you as well, Zero, for being an awesome co-commentator. This is a fun night, man. We got to do this again.
Yeah.
And of course, shout outs to our streamer tonight, which would be Mr. NT with the Low Kick crew. Thank you for putting on an awesome stream, sir.
NT1 Evolution, thank you. Thank you so much. Make sure you go check out that Twitch out there. And of course, Twitter? Same
Twitter,
thing.
yeah. Well, not quite the same thing, but it's still rock solid.
I love you, NT1. Thank you.
Yes. We love
All
you.
right, everybody. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciate it. Until next time.
Yep. We'll see you next time.